The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smile's returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. But here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. It's alright. It's alright.
Baby, I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time. And maybe I'm afraid of the way I love you. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you pulled me out of time. You hung me on a line. Maybe I'm amazed at the way I really need you. Maybe I'm a man, maybe I'm a lonely man who's in the middle of something that he doesn't really understand. Maybe I'm a man, and maybe you're the only woman who can ever help me. Maybe won't you help me to understand? Ooh. Oh, maybe I'm a man, maybe I'm a lonely man who's in the middle of something that he doesn't really understand. Maybe I'm a man, or maybe you're the only woman who can ever help me. Baby, won't you help me to understand? Maybe I'm amazed at the way you're with me all the time. And maybe I'm afraid of the way I leave you. Or maybe I'm amazed at the way you help me sing my song. You right me when I'm wrong. Maybe I'm amazed at the way I really need you. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, oh.
Wow.
Dirty pervert.
Shag a pony. Shag a pony. You're a pervert.
Oh, what a start to the show, dear listener. Sorry, we might play... Oh, my headphones aren't plugged in. That was delightful, wasn't it? Paul McCartney's a dirty boy, though. It sounded like he was being blown. Here's the thing. Here's something I found out recently. 03444991000. I got a sore throat. I don't know if it's going to make it through the whole show tonight. Here's the thing. Do you know what drug the Beatles were predominantly taking in the studio when they made Sgt. Pepper? 1967.
What, was it like...
No, maybe not so much in the studio, but the drug that fueled Sgt. Pepper.
No.
Right. The answer is supposed to be LSD, right? It's not. They were taking loads of cocaine during Sgt. Pepper. Isn't that funny? I didn't know the Beatles were a cokey band. Also, Pepper doesn't sound cokey. They're doing coke.
Sound cross enough, does it?
Does not sound cross enough at all. 03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Let's go to Dave. Good evening, Dave.
Hi, Ian. How you doing, mate? You all right?
I've got a cold, Dave. How are you doing?
Join the club.
The cold club?
Yes, the man flu club.
I was watching... Well, no, it's not man flu. I've not said it's man flu. I've got a cold. Here's the problem I've got. Is I gulp down lots of air... And, of course, as regular listeners will know, I am physically unable to belch.
He hasn't got a second sphincter.
I haven't got a sphincter in my mouth. And so I can't burp. So I get very trapped wind in my chest, and it's very... I tell you, Dave, it's very, very painful. But I'm being very...
Burp?
Well, no, because that's different air. I could do that at the drop of a hat or a drop of a shat. But that is different. That is different air. It's not the same air. If I fart, that's not going to relieve the pressure. 8 minutes in, and this is what we're going. If I fart, though, that's not going to release the pressure on my chest. It's not. But it's different air. There's a mile of intestine.
Then did I touch your toes?
What for?
Well, to release the air.
From where?
From the trap wind.
All right. Do you know what?
I don't know.
When did you qualify as a doctor?
He sounds like he knows what he's
Never.
talking about.
I've never been a doctor.
Well, he's touching his toes. If he sprains something, it's on you, doctor.
I'll go with that one.
Didn't work, mate.
Sorry, mate. Anyway, look, listen, I had to phone you. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, Jesus, what do you want? What do you want, a medal? we should start giving out medals for long-time listeners, first-time callers. Where would we give out medals? Weren't we going to do membership cards once? Yeah. Let's discuss that in a minute. Yes, David, come on, get to the point.
Eliminated. Right, anyway. Now, me and my wife, we lead quite boring lives. We both, we work, we've got 2 kids. My wife's in the background. Basically, we've just got a boring life. So we say, what are you going to have for your dinner tonight? What we have? So we get home, we have dinner, we watch telly, everything. We've got a family chat group on a WhatsApp where all the people in our family, we send each other pictures of our dinner. Okay.
Oh my God! Right. When you said you had a boring life and you get in and you ask what's for dinner and stuff, I was thinking, do you realise how lucky you are? Lots of people would love to live drama free like that. But when you talk about WhatsApp groups with dinners on, you're taking it a step further, and I cannot endorse it.
No. Whoa!
What she said?
What was that?
Right. Here's a game we're going to play. Before we get to your thing, here's a game we're going to play. What song is Paul McCartney singing here?
What she said?
What?
Here we go. I'll give you a little bit more.
What she said?
What song?
Definitely not the frog song.
It's
no,
definitely
not the frog song.
What she said. What song?
What she said?
What song is that, dear listener? One of the most famous.
No.
Is it Jet?
Let's find out. Let's find.
She said. What she said?
Oh. Let's find out.
Yes.
With the wind in your hair of
1,000 races. Yes, Dave. So you take pictures of your dinner and you send them to your family.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, sorry.
Where did it all go wrong?
I know. I'm 38 years old and this is my life. So anyway, now this is you're either going to think this is quite funny or this is actually a pile of poo and you're going to tumbleweed it. So anyway, my wife's going, I can't wait to have this pork chop for dinner. I've got it out of the freezer. She's frozen it, putting it in tin foil. I've got a lovely pork chop for my dinner tonight. So it's just, Anyway, we get down, sat down, have a dinner, and she goes, "This tastes funny."
No.
So don't forget, she's cooked it. She's cooked it all. So she cuts it in half, and what she's realised is she's cooked a whole pack of bacon.
What, sorry?
What, a whole slab?
A whole slab of bacon that we've had in the freezer, and thinking it's a pork chop, and she's cooking it.
Mate, I've just seen. You've tweeted the pictures and the captions. So there's a picture of this slab of pork. and the caption underneath it is Terry dinner pics, right?
Yeah.
These are the people in the group: Ash, Biff,
Terry's my father-in-law.
Helen, Josie, Lou, Mum, Terry Bro Thompson. That's all we can see. And the caption underneath is Pork Chop. Been so looking forward to this all day. Next one. Oh, no, it's not. It's a pack of bacon that I froze.
I bet that was salty as.
Yeah, first world problems. I just thought I had to ring up and talk about it. That was it.
Beautiful.
Oh, mate, it's how many people are in this group?
How many people now? 11. About 11.
So what is all right? What is
We're
Biff?
down in Margate.
What is Biff having for? What is Biff having for dinner tonight?
I've got no idea. What's Biff having for dinner? Biff's my aunt.
She's out dinner.
Oh, she's out for dinner.
Oh, she's gone out.
She's rock and roll. She's out.
All right. What's Lou
My
having?
father-in-law's had a packet of super noodles.
Oh
Oh,
no!
poor bloke. What's going on there?
What's Lou having?
What did Lou have? No, don't know. I'll have to ask her.
Could you?
Should we tweet it? Should we get a timeline?
Get in the WhatsApp
Can
group.
we?
Hashtag family dinner pics.
I think we need this as a feature every night from now on. You need to ring us up with an update of your dinners.
So did you eat the bacon? You had to, didn't you? Of course you would.
Did you eat? Well, you threw half of it. You had some of it. She's getting gravy as well.
But I bet that
gravy.
I'd be disappointed, but I'd eat it.
Yeah, it'd be salty though.
That's right.
Yeah,
No, I was gutted.
she actually was gutted.
Cabbage in a jacket.
So did she?
Cabbage in a jacket.
Did she actually? Does the pork chop actually exist?
Well, obviously, is there a pork chop in the freezer? No, there isn't.
It was always the bacon.
It's the bacon.
What's your missus called?
Ashley.
Ashley, I love you, Ashley. You are brilliant. You can cook me a pack of frozen bacon anytime you want. Ashley.
You don't want to cook him.
I do. When did you last cook, Dave?
Homeschool the kids.
Yeah. No, it's a different subject, that is.
All right. Well, hang on. You homeschool your kids?
No, she doesn't. No. I call her Jay Goody as a nickname. So that's what I said. Wait till I homeschool the kids.
Oh God, right. All right. Yeah. Listen, Dave. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, tutty bye. 0344 499 1000. WhatsApp groups I'm quite new to. I joined one after the jungle, and then I left it like 12 hours later. And that one is still going. They always have to have funny titles, and that one is called, I think they're called the Bushwhackers.
Wow.
Yeah.
People keep adding me to them when they're trying to organise nights out, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, I've added you to one to try and organise a night out.
Yeah. Well, I'm already going to that, so I know what's going on. I don't need to contribute. What I can't bear, though, is, the emails where people reply to all every time. I've got a group of friends, and I love them to bits, but just tell me when you're going out and I'll see if I can come. I don't need to hear every flipping burp and fart along the way. It drives me nuts. So when they add me to the WhatsApp groups, I mute them for a year.
Jeez. No, the people that don't reply all are the ones that I think should be executed.
Oh, that's me.
No, you reply all. Because then I'm like, well, hang on. So Steph has... I don't know if I'm called Steph. I'm about to list some made-up names. So Steph has replied to me, but John and Tony, they're not in it. But they were in it when I... So that's a reply. So then I've got to add John and Tony back into it. But then Tony just replies to me. I'm thinking, you're idiots. Then I'm trying to arrange up a time to meet them to execute them.
No, here's the deal. You organise yourselves and I'll see if I want to come.
OK, there you go, you see. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. See, Matthew Wright's got a boner because the listening figures are up. Mate, you've been here 20 minutes. Those aren't your listening figures. Do you not know how Radio works? It takes 6 months, it takes 9 months to a year for the listening figures to be yours, you absolute prune. Go and sell more pictures of your baby. This is the late night alternative. I'm very, very high on Lemsip. And I'm looking forward to going home and having some night nurse.
Oh.
I've got some night nurse. That's my little treat. My little treat when I get home. Some night nurse, some psychedelic dreams. That stuff is insane. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee and Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
So, 0344 499 1000. Your calls will be gratefully appreciated tonight because the voice is going. But you're going to do a great show. It's going to be one of the best shows, I guarantee it, but the voice is going. So, yes. We don't do Brexit, but I found it very peculiar. Well, I don't understand. So this man, Tusk,
yes,
said this thing that he thinks there's a special place in hell for those who... I'm paraphrasing ever so slightly, and I should get the exact quote because it's important. There's a special place in hell for those who promoted Brexit without a sketch of a plan of how to deliver it. You get the quote, because the quote is actually important. And I know notice the Sun have printed it, but missed off the end bit. You get the quote, because the quote is the important thing. And then we continue. Then we continue. Because I'm scratching... I don't understand how anyone could be so offended by this quote. What did he say? He said
there's a special place in hell for those who promoted Brexit without even a sketch of a plan of how to carry it out safely.
Right. How is that?
Here's the tweet. I've been wondering what that special place in hell looks like for those who promoted Brexit without even a sketch of a plan of how to carry it out safely. Because
he said it and then he tweeted it. If you're right, we don't do Brexit, but I'm genuinely, I'm interested. If that quote, that line, it's a good line. It's a little bit. It's a good line because it got a lot of press. It's got us talking about it, and we don't talk about it. If you're annoyed or angry or upset by that line, can you phone in and explain to me why? Because I don't get how that sentence, that quote, in its taken verbatim, I don't understand how that could make anyone upset or angry. So phone if you've heard that, and I know it's not really our audience, so we probably won't get any calls. But I've heard a lot of other people on other radio stations phoning in, very, very angry at that line, and I genuinely don't get it. So if someone can phone in, you'll get a fair crap at the whip as well. Crap at the wick. 0344 499 1000. How and why can you be angry at that line? I don't get it. I don't see what's offensive in there that's caused you to throw your toys out of the pram. I don't see it. I don't see it. And I wonder if you're hearing and you're seeing something that isn't there. The Sun have done it on a big page. They've done a big page. Read it out again.
Oh. Okay. He says, I've been wondering what that's... blah, blah, blah. This is from the BBC. Saying... There's a special place in hell for those who promoted Brexit without even a sketch of a plan of how to carry it out safely.
OK, because the Sun have got it. Just when you think EU can't sink any lower, Tusk claims there's a special place in hell for Brexiteers.
No.
Which is not what he said. So if you're angry by what he actually said, and I know it's not really our audience are kind of generally sort of left of centre, artistic, creative... we're about to speak to Noel Taylor, so I'm pretty sure I'm describing him. But artistic, creative, open-minded, broad-minded, free thinkers. The majority. They get a few, who are the other end. But so I suspect that our audience will be there, kind of getting the point I'm heading towards. But if you are angry, or you know someone who's angry at that, could you give us a call, please? Because I found it all fascinating. 0344 499 1000. Let's do it. Let's go to Noel Taylor. Good evening, Noel.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hi, Noel.
Noel, what can we do for you on this holiest of holy nights, the night we celebrate Christ's actual birth?
I've invented something for fan ovens only. So what it is basically, at the moment, with a fan oven, you have air coming out the door.
What did you invent for ovens before? Didn't you invent an oven tray?
Yeah, that was for pizzas.
Pizza tray?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we found they already existed. Okay, but I like the fact that you're coming back. So fan ovens. I don't have a fan oven anymore, but I did use a fan oven this evening to put a lasagna in for the boys. So I know what they're like. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's heat and smoke that comes comes out through the door at the moment into your kitchen.
Well, hang on. Whoa.
Smoke.
Where's the smoke? What's the smoke, mate? You need to clean your oven.
Yeah, I do have it cleaned quite regularly.
Smoke doesn't come from an oven.
It does if you burn it.
Okay, he makes a great point. I cannot argue with those stats, yeah.
Yeah. So what it is there's a pipe that comes from the back of the oven and it goes up to a vent.
This is your invention?
Yeah. That you normally have above the oven, but it can dogleg and go off on a tangent and go out the vent to outside the house.
You've invented an oven chimney?
Basically, yeah.
Well, and how much would that cost to build and install?
Well, it needs to be a new designed fan oven. Mm-hmm. Newly designed, because it come direct from the oven, back of the oven. Okay. So it just goes straight up perpendicular.
Okay. Can I make a cheaper, easier suggestion that doesn't involve doing a hole in the ceiling?
Well, most houses have vents anyway, don't they?
No. What? Vents?
Yes, they do. They have a vent above the hob. You have a vent.
Oh, what is that thing? The sucky thing?
Yeah, no,
What's it called? A defibrillator?
No, a...
Extractor fan.
Extractor fan.
But they don't do anything, do they?
No, they just...
Where does it extract to?
There's a sort of absorbent membrane thing that it goes through.
Like the asbestos pads in science?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but sometimes that's just internal, but you can get them that go to the outside vent, to the outside of the house.
Yeah, but here's my tip.
Mine's got one.
Here's my tip. Don't burn stuff. I don't get smoke in my oven because I don't burn stuff.
Well, I don't have it cleaned out very often, to be honest.
You just told me you had it cleaned out quite often.
Well, about once every year, I'd say.
That's quite often.
That's a lot.
£50 it costs.
Do it yourself, you lazy git.
Just thinking about it.
Do it yourself.
Yeah, I could do.
You spend this an afternoon. You get your marigolds, you get some Mr. Muscle, you get something for the trays. You got put them in plastic bags, haven't you? And
stick them in the garden and that.
Spend an afternoon. Beautiful. It does mean that for the next 2 weeks your food will taste of bleach, but
you know it's clean.
You know it's clean. Just don't burn stuff.
You still got a problem of the heat coming out into the kitchen through the door. Don't forget.
I quite like that.
Well, no, but heat doesn't come out of the oven.
It does.
No, it doesn't. Only if you open the door.
No, it does come out automatically at the top of the oven. It does on mine, anyway.
Your oven's crap. You want a good oven. The door doesn't even get warm because they're like double insulated now.
What are you cooking? Coal?
Well done, mate. I like that.
What did you think of my invention the other day of changing the moon into the sun?
I thought it was
mirrors.
I thought it was bollocks.
Oh wow! You didn't even dress that up.
If I'm honest, that was when Robbie Vincent was in, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
I quite like
mirrors.
Quite like the nighttime. Why do you want to do away with nighttime forever? It's quite useful. Nighttime is the right time.
Because it'll make a paradise.
No, but paradise is nighttime.
No, it isn't. You speak to God about it. Daytime's godly.
Hang on, we got God on the line. Hang on, Ken, is nighttime paradise or is daytime paradise?
Is nighttime paradise or is daytime paradise?
Because Noel was saying that nighttime is for the devil. Is that right, Noel?
Darkness is the devil. Prince of darkness, the devil is.
Well, the devil certainly moves in darkness, but paradise is actually another name for heaven, where God dwells in His visible presence.
That's right, but there's a paradise on earth that's going to be made. That's in the Bible.
Oh, yes, that is the kingdom of God, which Christ will establish when He returns. He will establish God's kingdom on earth. It's in the Bible.
How'd you do, by the way? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, sorry.
Oh,
what's your name?
Noel.
Noel, okay, Noel. Nice to talk to you, Noel. Are you a Christian, Noel?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that I'm Lord Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah. Wonderful, brother. You're born again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful. That's great news to hear that.
You born again? You born again? You born again?
Oh, yeah, born again 37 years ago, Noel.
Ken, I think you missed something. Noel actually thinks he is Jesus.
Is that true, Noel?
Yeah, I've got stigmata on my body. I'm the most creative person that's ever lived. I've had 7 dreams that I'm Lord Jesus Christ, and other things as well.
Oh, well, I'm afraid you're deluded there, Noel. I'm very sorry to tell you. You're not Jesus, my friend. You're the same as me. You're a sinner who needs Jesus. He loves you and died for us. You're not Jesus, my friend. I say that in love for you.
I'm not going to argue because I'm God. I don't argue.
Okay. Well, I don't argue with it either, but be careful because you certainly are not Jesus. You're a creation of Jesus, a human being. But Jesus loves you, Noel. Do you ever go to any good Christian churches for a visit?
Yeah, I go to All Saints on the parade in Leamington Spa.
Okay, I would encourage you, if you want to, check out icr.org and creation.com in the internet and try and find a good Pentecostal church and go and have a chat to the pastor and explain to him how you feel, that you feel you're Jesus, and he will certainly like to talk to you and trying to give you advice, but that's entirely up to you.
I think that makes a lot of sense, Noel. Go and have a chat with the priest about thinking you're Jesus, because from where I'm sat, it does sound a little concerning to hear you saying that.
But surely that proves that I'm God.
No.
Changing the moon into the sun.
Well, you haven't. No, it doesn't. Have you? Oh, no. I feel bad playing the All Saints now. When we've talked about this before, Noel, but when did you last go and see your doctor?
About 5 months ago.
Okay, I think you should go and see your doctor again, man, because hearing you... Listen, I get that you totally believe in Jesus. I get that. And in your dimension, in your universe, that is a reality for you, and I can't argue with your reality. But I would like to pour a little bit of cold water on your reality and say that the chances of you being Jesus are very, very, very slim, and your conviction that you are Jesus worries me slightly. Worries me a lot, actually, because I know you're a good man. I've met you. You're a good man.
Thanks. You're a good man, too.
Well, bless you. But hang on a second, Ken. I'll let you come back in, Ken, I promise.
Sorry.
It just concerns me that maybe you're not very well.
No, I'm totally compass mentis. Don't worry, Ian.
Okay. All right, Ken, go on. What were you going to say?
Yeah, can I say a prayer for you right now, Noel? Can I say a prayer for you to Jesus and ask him to help you?
Do you know what? I'm up for a bit of this. I'm up for a bit of this.
Well, Jesus Christ is in heaven as well as me here, so that's
okay.
fine.
Well, let's hear the prayer. Go on, Ken.
No, I'm saying this sincerely to God because you need help. No, we all need help in life. I'm going to pray and ask God to help you. Father, in the name of Jesus, I thank you for allowing us to meet Noel tonight on the radio. I pray for this precious man, Lord. You know his thoughts, you know his motivations, Father. We ask you, Lord, to help him. We ask you, Lord, that you will direct him to good Christian people who will give him help and direction in his life. And, Father, I rebuke the devil from this man in the name of Jesus. And we give you thanks, Father, for hearing this prayer. So we leave it now in your hands, Lord. We ask you, Lord God, to direct Noel to good, genuine Christians who will love him and give him help and direction in his life. Amen.
Amen. Ken,
Amen.
Thank you for that. And now a little dose of, and I appreciate that, Ken, and to a lot of people that will mean a lot. I'm going to throw in a little bit of science and reality. I really wish you'd go and see a doctor, Noel.
Don't worry.
Well, why don't you go and... Here's the thing. If you are Jesus, why don't you go and tell the doctor and tell him you're Jesus? Go and tell him.
They know. They all know about it. I've been with them for years.
Oh, mate. All right, Noel. I worry about you, brother, but... you can give us a call.
Surely you're a clever man. Surely you know that if you put mirrors on the light side of the moon, it reflects the sun back onto the earth.
I think that's genius. I think that's a genius idea. Thank you, Noel. 0344 499 1000. Thank you, Ken. Matthew, stay there. G, stay there. We'll come to you after this.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
So, as you'll know, I think this song's probably quite appropriate after that. Bit of Dear God by XTC. Why the hell not? Big fans of XTC on the show. We've had... Andy's been on the show, hasn't he?
Yes.
And Colin and Terry have as well, actually. Of course they have. What am I thinking? I'm delirious, dear listener. I'm absolutely delirious. Big fans of them and always support anything that they do and anything that is done in the name of one of the greatest rock groups in the world. And I'm thrilled to say that from Edinburgh, we got Mark Fisher on. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening. I'm thrilled to be with you again.
It's nice to have you here. Now, you compiled, put together, edited the XTC Bumper Book of Fun, which was beautifully done. If you've not seen it, dear listener, we'll give you links and stuff in a bit. Go and get your pens and papers. It's basically a compilation of kind of the XTC fanzine. I can't speak. I'm really sorry. I'm losing my voice. The XTC fanzine, but also with some new interviews with fans and bands and things like that. And it looks stunning. It looks like an old-fashioned kind of kids' annual from 1978. It's beautifully done. Well, Mark is a glutton for punishment. He just can't get enough of this. And you have got it's not quite out yet. It's coming out soon. There's a new XTC book you've done.
Yes, you're right. I glutton for punishment. I've returned to the fray because initially the idea was to do one retrospective return to my old fanzine days, which turned out to be the anthology which you've just described, the XTC Bumper Book of Fun. And actually, in that book, one of the new articles was an interview with a number of stand-up comedians. I realised that stand-up comedians seem to be, and particularly the coolest stand-up comedians, seem to be XTC fans, and who knew this? And so I found people like Stuart Lee and Kevin Eldon and Phil Jupitus and Paul Putner and Joanna Neary, and I got them to choose their favourite XTC songs and talk to each other about their choices and what they thought about them. And I personally really thought it was a fantastic and fascinating insight. They weren't being funny; they were just being fans. They were just being articulate and passionate about it. So my thinking was, well, if comedians can be as interesting as that, I wonder what musicians could be like. And XTC are the sort of band that you either love or you don't really know about them. There isn't sort of a middle ground. Yeah. And there are musicians. They're musicians. So I wonder if I could do something where I was talking to musicians and getting musicians to articulate what it is that they like about and what they hear when they hear their songs. And one thing led to another, and here I am with What Do You Call That Noise, an XTC Discovery book, which is book number 2.
Who's in there? Is Dave Grohl in there? Because if you haven't got Grohl in there, then I'm just not interested, and I would like to cancel my order. Is Grohl in there?
I did try Dave Grohl and didn't get a reply, but I've got lots of cool people. Chris Difford from Squeeze.
Oh, we love Chris Difford. I'm back in again. I'm keeping my order open. We love Chris.
Rick Buckler from the Jam, drummer of the Jam. I thought he talked eloquently and passionately about drums and wires in particular, and Terry Chambers as the drummer from XTC's early days, and that's when he got into them with Making Plans for Nigel and that album. Tracy Bryn from Voice of the Beehive, Chris Butler from The Waitresses, Andrew Fulker's Future of the Left, even got a quick two-sentence quote from Peter Gabriel, remembering when Dave Gregory played on Peter Gabriel 3. Wow. Loads of Stephen Page from the Bare Naked Ladies.
Really?
And these are just the sort of high-profile ones. I mean,
it's a who's who of guests, people we've had sat in this studio. We love Stephen Page. Oh, fantastic! What did he have to say? What here? Because I guess he's North American, Canadian, obviously. So I'm guessing he's kind of more oranges and lemons kind of vibe, isn't he?
Now, I'll have to remember, because there was something like 40 different interviews I was doing.
You can't just call them up immediately? What is this?
He was definitely a huge fan, and actually I've got it in front of me now. The way I did it was that I got each of the musicians in this sort of main big chapter of the book. I got each of the musicians to choose their own track, but also to choose a song for the next person to talk about.
Oh, I like
this sort of daisy chain where they're talking about their own, they're talking about the one they've inherited, and they're also talking about the one they're passing on. So Stephen Page from the Bare Naked Ladies, he inherited Earn Enough for Us.
Oh, that's a song, man.
That came from Craig Northey of Odds as a suggestion, and he described it as a sort of what you would like a Paul McCartney song to like, but often isn't. And this is how much of a fan Stephen Page is. He chose Terrorism, which is a B-side from The Meeting Place. You know, you have to be a pretty keen aficionado to be able to sort of even know that song exists. And then he passed on Brainiac's daughter from the Dukes of
Brainiac's daughter.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Oh, good for him.
To say this book is geeky is an understatement.
How many of Catherine and I took a night off work to go and see TC and I, Terry Chambers and Colin
I saw
Molley.
you there, yeah.
How many of those did you go to?
I did 4. I did that initial week. They did 6 altogether, and I did the whatever it was, the Monday to Thursday.
For everybody who was there, the Swindon Arts Centre, which I think holds about 200, it's a tiny venue, and they went in.
Not even that. It's like 110 or something.
Oh,
really,
is it that?
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah.
And they were. Well, the thing is, Colin was telling me they had less seats because they wanted to bring in a massive mixing desk, like old school touring rock band mixing desk. I don't know if they actually did, but they said that they had to rope off a load of seats so they could fix this mix.
All right,
if you weren't there, listener, and I've worked with Paul, I think, years ago, but I reacquainted myself with Paul Putner, which was lovely. If you weren't there, it was spiritual, it was holy, it was joyous. And then the sad news from Colin that he's had enough and he's out. He's dipped his toe in. The water was cold. He's going back to bed.
Yeah, and in the new book, I've done a sort of a big overview of the gigs and the run up to the gigs, and Colin's news that's it for TC and I is obviously very disappointing to all the fans. But everybody's also very grateful for the fantastic concerts they did at the same time. So it does mean that article. I mean, there are greater things to worry about in the world, but it does mean my article has a proper beginning, middle, and sadly an end as well to it.
Here's the thing, right? It may not quite be the end, in as much as I know for a fact that those shows were recorded.
That's right,
professionally, multi-track recording. Like I think he said, there's like 22 tracks. And because I've got a tiny record label, and I spoke to him and I said, look, I hope I'm not treading any toes. You say you're out, but I would, my record label would love to put it out. And we were chatting about it, and then I spoke to my business partner. And he said, yeah, great. We've got 4 really big, expensive releases coming out this year, so we can't even look at it this year. Mm-hmm. So Colin was not and I don't want to, speak on his behalf, but he was not averse to, at some point, those recordings possibly, in some form or other, getting a legitimate release, whether it's with me next year or another record label or whoever. So they may see the light of day.
Well, it'd be great if they did, because they put so much effort into, as we were saying, six gigs. They rehearsed all through the summer months and put together what, it could just so easily have been a sort of cheap nod in a sort of tributey sort of band way, or a sort of chicken in the basket circuit for whatever. But it wasn't any of that. They did their own interpretations of the music. It was of a very high quality in terms of the arrangements.
Did
and
you
the
notice
professionalism.
That towards the end of the run, Terry Chambers, the drummer, came out from behind the drum kit, and Colin gave him a hug on stage? Did you notice that?
Well, yeah, because I think
that was my idea. I told Colin to do that.
Yeah, and it absolutely needed to happen, because it was. Yeah. I think just as they gained in confidence as that week went on, they were just more comfortable with the audience and more comfortable with themselves.
But you wanted to see the two of them interact, and that was I sent Colin an email. I said, Colin, loved it. If I may make a little directorial suggestion, he needs to come out and you need to acknowledge each other, and you will get the biggest cheer of the evening. And he emailed me the next night and went, you were bloody right.
No, you were right. It was exactly what the audience wanted, because there was such, as you say, there was such love not just in the room, actually, in the whole of Swindon, because I was there for the whole week. Yeah. It just felt like the whole town was full of people, slightly delirious, because I'm old enough to have seen XTC for real, the first time round in the early days. Twice I saw them, but most people, never even got the chance to. And so to see 2 of the original members playing these songs, and, in the case of Terry, who'd never played on most of the songs at all, because he'd left the band in 1982, and so it was just, such a thrill for people.
Well, I'm so glad I went, and I dragged Catherine along with me, and because I was thinking, these are obviously test gigs, and they'll go well, and they'll do a little tour. But there was just something that said, you never know with XTC whether they're going to jack in. And Catherine, you don't know the back catalogue as well as perhaps Mark and I do.
Not hugely. I was kind of a greatest hits
sort of. You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yeah, I loved it. And the affection from the audience, and then, obviously you could tell that that the group were a little nervous, but that made it more endearing. And the fact that it really opened their eyes to how much love there was as the gig went on. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. I'll never forget that night.
And then we've got the whole thing, and this is going off on a slight tangent. Matthew and G, I promise I will come to you in a minute. I do promise. The whole thing with pledge music, Mark, which we've kind of been talking a little bit about on this show, and actually I want to try. Can we try and get someone from Pledge on? And I'll tell you why. Right. So for those who don't know, Pledge Music, it's what do they crowdfunding for musicians, and I helped Imani Coppola with an album. I paid through that. Basically, you give money to an artist, you give them 15 quid and you get a CD. You give them 30 quid, you get an album. You give them 50 quid and you get a laminate. You give them 100 quid, you get a ticket and the CD and all of this stuff. And I was supporting My Life Story and Neil Innes, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
On Pledge. And I've been off Twitter. I went on Twitter last night, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I saw Neil Innes saying, guys, I'm really sorry. The pledge thing is off. The pledge music thing is off. We're going to try and sort this mess out. If you've ordered something, I haven't got the money, but I'm going to make sure you get it. And it's a whole nightmare. And I saw it a couple of weeks ago that Colin has pulled everything off Pledge himself. Do you know what's going on there with him?
I've got no great insight apart from just what has been headline news. It looks like they've got some, whether it's just cash flow problems or, whatever it is that's going structurally, because it sounds like a company that set off with absolutely the best intentions, making sure the money would go to the artists. It wouldn't be, there was going to be no, managers and actually, ironically enough, XTC have got a long history of money going south.
Imagine how nervous I was writing to Colin, offering to possibly release one of his records, thinking, my God, he hates us!
I could be that exploitative thing you can't say on radio. But hopefully they'll sort themselves out. But it does sound like, if people are withdrawing their records, and Neil Innes as well as Colin and Terry, then that's not a very good model, is it?
Neil Innes has left it, I think, now, and he's not seen a penny. And here's the thing. Now Pledge have got £53.14 of my money, and I didn't do it on a credit card. I did it on a debit card. Didn't do it on a credit card, so I can't automatically get it back. Pledge have taken the money, and they are not replying to emails. You know what, 53 quid? I can kind of suck it up if I need to. I'm going to try and get it back, but I can kind of suck it up. But there will be loads of fans who 53 quid is a lot. 15 quid is a lot of money. There'll also be fans who've put in like 500 quid for some of the bigger things, and I just think it's sad, man. It's just it's
and the shame of it is that when something like that looks good, if people once bitten twice shy, then think, oh, I'm going to go to one of the big, I'm going to go to Amazon. I'm only going to go to a more established trader. Then that, for future generations of musicians who are trying to make it on their own steam, it's going to be harder.
It is. Anyway, we've gone off on a tangent. Mark, the book is stunning. I'm saying that. I've not looked at the PDF that I was sent because I don't like. I'm waiting for the physical thing.
The actual thing, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I want it.
Well, yes, it's at the printers at the moment, and I'm in that sort of curious space of thinking. I know what it looks like, but I don't really know what it feels like. I don't know what it smells like.
I love it. Your press very kindly sent me a PDF, and I thought, nah, I'm not opening that. I want to get the package through the post. I want to pull it out on a thumb. I just want to open it at a random page and just go and see where I end up. But the book is called. The first one was a joy, dear listener. That I can tell you. The first one is the XTC Bumper Book of Fun for Boys and Girls, and it's wonderful. The second one, I can only be sure, apart from having no growl, it sounds like it's going to be great. It's What Do You Call That Noise? An XTC discovery book by Mark Fisher. You can get it in all the usual places, but xtclimelight.com. I'm guessing that's the best place, is it, Mark?
It's the best for me because actually talking about Pledge Music, it's like there is no middleman. But if you prefer to go, for example, to Burning Shed, which is a very good online record shop, they have copies there, or will have copies there, and I'll also get them on Amazon. And
listen, if you're lazy and you like clicking an app, get it from Amazon. Get it. But the best place where the team behind it, you get a few quid, is xtclimelight.com. xtclimelight.com.
I like the way you refer to me as a team.
I know, I was trying to pick you up a little bit. This sad, lonely man who has nothing better to do with his time will be able to afford a beer at the end of the week. Hey, Mark, it's always nice to talk. I sent Mark an email recently. I was going through... I saw a payment on my PayPal or something, And it had an email, and it was like in Edinburgh.
Who is this?
I emailed him going, sorry, I've sent you $17.99. Who are you? And then
why did I do it?
then it dawned on me what I was doing. Mark, always nice to talk to you, mate. I wish you the best of luck with it.
Thank you very much. Great to hear from you again, Ian.
Thanks very much, Mark. There we go, Mark Fisher. The first bit was a joy, so this one will be fantastic as well. Matthew, stay there. Coming to you straight after this.
Take a trip into the alternate reality of late night radio.
I think I'm in something like the Matrix, and so are you.
The Late Night Alternative.
Hello.
With Iain Lee.
Is there anybody out there?
On Talk Radio.
Hello.
03444991000. Matthew, you've been waiting for ages. I can only apologise. What can we do for you this evening?
It was just more about your point about Brexit and people ringing in regards to being offended about what Tusk had to say.
Yes. You're not offended, are you?
I'm not personally offended. I don't really personally follow Brexit.
No.
That close. I don't really get it.
Me neither. I don't get it. I'm bored of it, man.
But I can understand why people would be offended. I think...
But there's nothing to be offended about. It's
really about the context of what he said. It's more about the arrogance of saying it, and it's a bit...
No, but it's a very specific... The thing is, right, you can only be offended if... excuse me, I'm so sorry, Matthew, coughing in your ear like that. A new caller and I'm coughing in your ear. You can only be upset and offended by it if you're one of the people that promoted Brexit without a plan. It's very, very specific who he's aiming it at. He's not aiming it at Brexiteers. He's not aiming it at people who voted Brexit.
I understand what you're saying, but it's still not diplomatic to come out with language like that.
But you know, what did David Davis call him? What did David Davis call him about 2 years ago? Or Guy Verhofstadt, or whatever he's called. Do you know what he called him?
No, I can't remember.
Called him Satan. So, that was 2 years ago, right at the start of negotiations. David Davis, the Brexit minister, called Guy Verhofstadt. I can't remember his name.
Verhofstadt, yes.
Yeah, called him Satan. He said, "Get behind me, Satan."
Top EU negotiator.
So, we started it. We started it.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but at this stage in the negotiation...
No. You can't. No. I'm not going to allow you to do that. That's twice you've done that. And the first one, I kind of let it slide. The second one, I'm not going to let it slide. You said twice, I get what you're saying, but... And then you seem to illustrate that you don't actually get what I'm saying.
Two wrongs don't make a right, okay? So you're saying... Because
don't tell me what I'm saying. I'm being very specific. I've said what I've said. So don't tell me what I'm saying. You're saying you understand what I'm saying, then you contradict it, almost as if you don't understand.
No, I can understand but disagree. That's what I'm doing.
Well, no, you're contradicting.
I get where you're coming from.
I don't think you do.
No, so you made a point and said that we started the argument by David Davis.
No. I said. No. Okay, let me clarify then, for the heart of thinking, that we were the first to bring in a biblical reference, a mean biblical reference, and that was aimed at a specific person. This is aimed at you admit, don't you, Matthew, that the people who sold Brexit but didn't have a plan. That's kind of bad, isn't it? That's fraudulent. That's fraudulent.
It's irresponsible.
I would suggest more than irresponsible, because if you're selling something, but then you don't know how to make it work, that's fraud, isn't it?
I think fraud's a bit strong. I'd say it was irresponsible.
Okay, I would say when the country's about to drive over a cliff, I would say it's fraud.
Well, it's not about to drive over.
No, but it is, because the people that sold it. For someone who's not that interested in Brexit, you're quite interested in Brexit, which makes me think that the opening line was a cheeky little porky pie. The people we're heading for a disaster, because the people that sold it without a plan sold it and then kind of put their hands up and went, well, it's nothing to do with us. So how can anyone be offended at a very specific criticism of a very small, specific group of people? How can, and I do think that you are offended by it, because you seem to be arguing from that position. So why are you upset by it?
I think because it demonstrates to me something about his character. I think it shows that the way the whole negotiations have gone, Europe, to me, and Tusk and the rest of them come across as a little bit arrogant.
No. Here's the thing.
Disrespectful towards
Here's
Britain.
the thing. No, it's not disrespect. It's not. And this is it. There's two things you said there, right, that are wrong. Second one is, it's not disrespectful towards Britain. It's disrespectful to the very small number of highly influential people who sold Brexit without a plan how to do Brexit. It's not disrespectful to Britain. It's a pointed, barbed comment at a very small, specific group of people. Please don't respond with, I understand what you're saying, but... because
he's insulting members of the British political system.
Right, and what's wrong with that?
Therefore, because I find that, one, it's undiplomatic.
Right.
Not the right sort of language to use. I get your point about the fact that we started it, but two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
So, therefore, by insulting people part of our political system, it's just not the way to act.
Okay, how about so if I were to say, for example, that Theresa May's Brexit proposals are like polishing a turd, is that disrespectful? Would you be angry at me for saying that?
No, but you're also British.
Right, so if we're British, if I'm British, I'm allowed to say that the Prime Minister's Brexit proposals are a big turd. I'm allowed to say that, and that's okay.
Well, one, you're not in a political position.
No, but is it okay? Is it okay for me to say that, or is that disrespectful?
No, that's okay. That's all right. You're just to have an opinion.
Why?
Because everyone can have an.
Supposing a British MP said that. Supposing a British MP said that Theresa May's proposal was a big turd, would that be okay?
I'm sure a few of them probably have said similar things to that.
Yeah, Boris Johnson said it. It's a direct quote from Boris Johnson. So that's okay, but because this guy's Polish, it's not okay. And also, you say that it shows an arrogance. It's not arrogant. They came up with a deal with Theresa May, and Theresa May is now going to go back and say, yeah, you know that deal we did? Well, we're not taking it. And to me, that's arrogant, because Tusk and everyone else, they've signed off on the deal. And then it's like I sell you a car, right? I sell you a car for 500 quid, and you go off and you're like, yeah, that's great, fine, brilliant, I'll be back tomorrow with the money. You go home and talk to your missus, and your missus goes, 500 quid, are you nuts? Go back and offer him 350. And you come back and you say, I tell you what, that 500, no, I'm not doing it. I'll give you 350. And of course I'm not going to take that deal, because we had an agreement.
Yeah,
there's no arrogance.
When I bought the car, did I say to you that we're selling it there? By the way, I'll have to get agreement from my wife to be able to purchase this.
No, you didn't.
So that's what happened with the deal. Theresa May said, "Okay, this is the sort of deal that I."
Why did you pretend you weren't? Why did you pretend you weren't bothered about Brexit when you phoned up? Why did you do that? Because that was weird. Why did you lie to me?
Because to be fair, I don't really listen to your show. I only listen to it.
That's irrelevant to the question. Why did you lie? Why did you lie to me at the start of this conversation?
I'm getting to it. So,
because that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to me and to my listeners. You phoning up and lying to me at the start of this conversation. That's disrespectful. And it means, here's the thing I've learnt in life. Someone lies to me, I kind of have to take everything else they say with a pinch of salt and double analyse it. So why did you phone in and lie straight away?
Because it was a defensive lie. I assumed, based on what I know about your show and yourself, that you're quite left-leaning and you'd be quite you'd be quite defensive towards somebody that probably voted Brexit. So therefore, I said I'm not that political.
Okay, but I still don't understand why you lied.
Okay, well, it's not a massive issue.
No, it was a lie. It was a lie. It was dishonest, and that just is a little bit weird.
So you're never dishonest in your life. You never tell a little.
No, I am. But you phoned up and you said a very specific comment that was a lie, which means I can't really take on board everything else that you say.
Okay, so I don't know why you're focusing on this one little.
Because it's a lie. Because the very first thing you said was a lie.
Yeah.
And I think that's very disappointing. And I just think that reveals a lot about your character. It reveals a lot about your character.
To be fair, it's quite hard to quantify what being involved in Brexit means.
No, but you made a specific point that you weren't involved in politics and you weren't that interested in Brexit. And we had a little bit of banter because I joked about me being bored by the whole thing. But then you've put forward quite a strong argument, strong not necessarily in terms of facts, but in terms of personal emotion as to why you are interested.
Yeah.
And you're offended by something. You're offended by a statement that isn't directed at you. How can you be offended by a statement that isn't directed at you?
I never said I was offended. I said I could understand why some people would be offended.
And you've not been able to explain why someone could be offended by a statement that isn't aimed at them.
Well, I did explain that because
Not very well. And now we've established that you're a liar. Try and do it again.
What I said is that it's an attack on someone that's part of our political system.
So what?
On somebody
Free speech. Free speech.
Yeah, from somebody that isn't based in the United
So
Kingdom.
what? Free speech. I've got an opinion on Trump. I think Trump's a dick.
Yeah.
So what? Free speech.
I've got an opinion on Trump. I think he's a dick. But the thing is, I'm not.
How dare you say that? You're not based in America.
I'm not in a position where I should think, where I'm in front of the media and I should think about what I'm saying. When you're in that sort of position, you're that close to negotiations.
Michael Gove has branded Labour's plans as bollocks. That's disrespectful. Michael Gove is calling Labour bollocks. That's disrespectful.
True. It is.
Okay, well, your argument... Matthew, listen, thanks for your time. You've proved you're a liar, and your argument is inconsistent. So I'm going to pass, but thank you very much indeed. If anyone can do better than that, 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Remember the funny faces. That time you told them that you were gonna be marrying soon. And yet, I thought the only lonely place was on the moon. Jet! Was your father as bold as a sergeant major? Well, how come he told you that you were hardly old enough yet? And yet, I thought the major was a lady suffragette. Jet! Want Jack to always love me, Amata. Want Jack to always love me, Amata. Much later. Jack! And yet, I thought the major was a little lady suffragette. Jet! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Jet! Ooh, ooh, ooh. I made her want Jet to always love me. I made her want Jet to always love me. I made her much later. She said. She said. What she said. Jet! With the wind in your hair of 1,000 laces. Climb on the back and we'll go for a ride in the sky. Jet, I thought that the major was a little lady suffragette. Jet! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Jet! Ooh, ooh, ooh. And yet, you know, I thought you was a little lady suffragette. Jet! Ooh, ooh, ooh.
hang on, there's a bit more. We might hear him. Is he done? I think he's done. I enjoy those isolated vocal tracks more than I should. I don't know why, but I do. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You're very welcome to. Gia's been waiting for ages. Gia, I apologise. What can we do for you this evening?
Oh, no apologies necessary. I thought I was going to follow Ken, and I died a little inside.
Okay, well, don't worry. We can resurrect you. What have you got for us?
I've got no words that can express what happened in the last 45 minutes.
Okay. Well, that's going to be pretty awkward, as we're kind of a word-based phenomenon.
Phenomenon is the word.
Yeah.
You are surpassing, apparently, many, many, many of the other stations. And I just wanted to say that I appreciate you and Kath
Someone's drunk.
as broadcasters.
Okay. What do you want, a fiver? You ain't getting any money off us. I'm skint.
I'm
broke. I had to pay my lawyer £800 today for 2 emails. I had to pay shut your face! I had to pay my lawyer £800 for 2 emails and a phone call.
I'm shouting at you, Ian.
Okay, go on, carry on shouting.
All right.
Goodbye. £800 for 2 emails and a phone call. £800.
We're in the wrong racket, man.
I joked and said that when I put the phone down. I said to you, that'll be 500 quid. Wrong, it was 800 quid.
God.
£800. Outrageous. So we got there's a weird thing happening at work, right? There's a weird passive-aggressive fight going on. Now, normally I would choose discomfort over resentment and call it out, but I'm finding it so funny. So funny.
I did kind of call it out, but she was oblivious.
Yeah, I'm finding it so funny. So when we come in, right, we come in and we get, the show, we go through the papers, but also we get a lot of inspiration from popular culture. So we come in and we watch the telly, because we get a lot of inspiration from the telly.
Or we'll watch something on Netflix.
Yeah.
Or we'll
watch a YouTube or something, right? And normally there's only one guy in the office. Everyone else has gone. Hang on, let me just see who this idiot is. Hello, line 1.
Hello.
Hello, you're on the air.
Oh, hello, Ian and Kath. How are you both?
Fine. Is that Diana?
How are you?
I'm good, Diana. Why have you come up on a withheld number? What the hell is going on? Are you spying on us? Is this the FBI? What's happening?
I just wanted to say to you how much I enjoyed your interview with Robbie Vincent.
Oh, he was great, wasn't it? It's out as a podcast, dear listener. If you want to get the whole thing, go and grab the podcast, Acast, iTunes, or your usual podcast provider.
I've been contacted by a number of people who didn't know who Robbie was beforehand, and still loved it. It doesn't make any difference.
He's got it. He's got the gift. He's got the charm. He's got the vibe.
Well, I don't know him, obviously, for his talk shows.
No.
Because I don't live in the London area, or I've ever lived in the London area. I just know that he's one of the foremost experts on soul, disco, black music in this country. He should be on national radio presenting a show about that.
I think they should get rid of. I think they should get rid of Matthew Wright and give the slot to him. That's what I think they should do.
I mean, when he talks about music, I listen, and there's not many. I mean, you say some interesting things about music. You play some interesting bits of music.
The old BHC there, the backhanded compliment.
You know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
But some of the people, I mean, he said something very interesting about when he was at Radio 1 for a short while. He said there was a lot of people who basically wanted to present a game show, didn't they, or whatever?
He told us, okay, he doesn't like Simon Bates very much, and he told us that quite a direct manner. You know that John Peel was going to murder Simon Bates. You know that?
Yeah, John Peel and Kid Jensen.
That's a true story, and he was telling us a little bit about it. It's a true story. John Peel and Kid Jensen were going to murder Simon Bates. Isn't that nuts, man?
But
well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Diana.
It was a very, very good interview, and as I said again, he's an authority on black music. He knows a lot about all sorts of music, and he should really be on national radio presenting some sort of show.
I agree. Some sort of show, Diana. Thank you very much indeed. So the office politics. So we come in, and normally it's just one guy in there, and
he has his headphones on.
He has his headphones on, and he kind of once said, "Do you have to have the TV so down?" I said, "Well, turn it down." We had a little set to about it, and I said, "I'll turn it down, but we need to have it on because the show is, even if we don't talk about what we're seeing, kind of where we get our energy and our inspiration from, and there's no one else around."
We'll sit and gogglebox the telly for an hour.
But while we're doing that, we're chatting and we're tossing ideas around. It's just how we work, you know. One of the great ways I get my ideas sometimes is by playing video games, because my body is playing video games. My head's gone off somewhere else, you know, and it's like you get inspiration and stuff. Anyway, so we come in and the TV's off, but bearing in mind we share. Like, we're annexed to an office of Talk Sport, which is 5 times the size of us, 8 times the size of us, and they will have, at the very least, 2 football matches on at full pelt.
Yeah.
Full pelt. And it's incredible. Sometimes they'll have 3. So there's always noise. So we come in and we do a little bit of pot around, then I'll put the telly on. Now, as soon as we put the telly on, this other person, right, then, and they've only started doing it in the last couple of months or so, this other person then puts on, like, YouTube or something on their computer really, really loudly. Like, too louder than we've got... You know who... Like, too louder than we've got the telly on.
Mm.
And I was sat there with Gath, and I went, Gath, she's done it again.
The other thing is, when they make phone calls, they've got a loud voice, so they're talking even louder than what they're watching. It just it's become a noise battle.
Oh, it has. By the way, I like this person. It's not a dig at this, but I like it. But I like her. But I find it hilarious.
Yeah.
So what I started doing tonight, every time she went a bit louder, I went and turned the telly up a little bit. I went and turned the telly up. So she's 2 louder than us. So I said, I'm just going to turn this up. And I made us 3 louder than her. So then she went up 1 louder than us. I went up 2 louder than her. And then when I went and turned the telly over to Hunted, which is the weirdest and lamest programme of all time, phone up and ask if you want to get my inside information on why Hunted is fraudulent. So when I turned it over for Hunted, I turned it up really, really loud. And then she went...
Yeah.
I find it so funny. And I like her.
She went talking about how crap... I'm not going to do the voice. how crap reality TV was and what a load of nonsense it was. And it's like,
yeah.
I'm surprised you could hear it.
It was fun. It's just making me laugh. It's so funny because it's so obvious. So obvious. Nothing. I turn the telly on 30 seconds later. Coming from the computer. It's funny, man. People are fun. If you've got a problem, just say. If you've got to have that on. And then we'll have the conversation. Yeah, we have. But if you want, I'll turn it down a bit if it's getting in the way. Yeah. Turn it down a bit if it's getting in the way. Of course I will. I'm a decent man. But yeah, we do have to have it on for
We need a
our
vibe.
Show. Yeah, for our show. And you're sucking the vibe out. So
the other thing is we're spoiled in the fact that we're used to having the office to ourselves, and so we've got into this habit of, you know, watching the telly and having a laugh and a joke and a cup of coffee, and it kind of gets us ready for the show.
Yes.
It's a warm up.
It's a little warm up, dear listener. And this is the gold that we can deliver to you after the warm up. 0344 499 1000. Julie, stay there, we'll come to you in a second. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee and Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Uncut after hours conversation for the up all night generation. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000. Good evening, Julie.
Oh, hello, love. Sorry, I was having a swig of my tea.
There we go. I'm having a swig of Lemsip. It's rock and roll. That's rock.
Right, well, there you go. Sorry, I've only just tuned in. I've come back from an AA meeting tonight.
Oh, look at you.
Please don't mention my location, will you?
No, because I don't know it. How would I know it?
Well, it might come up on your phone.
It's not up on the screen.
Okay. Right. I've been listening to you for the last few, ages, actually.
Yes. Oh, good for you.
And I heard for the last few nights that you're in recovery for different things.
Yeah.
I am myself. I've been in recovery for a very, very long time. Myself. But tonight we've had an incident, not very nice, outside our meeting area.
Okay, go on. Are you right now? Listen. So did it happen? Hang on. Did it happen as part of the meeting?
No, it didn't. Sorry, but you know when you're gabbing along after I talk, you sound like you're in a biscuit tin. So can I just tell you? Well, no, you can. Hang on a minute, Julie. Hang on a minute, Julie. Hang on. You can.
Yeah, love. Yeah, love. You can. But I'm just checking that it didn't happen within the confines of the meeting room where everything is secret.
Didn't. No,
right.
it did mention
Well, I'm just clarifying that.
An incident outside the meeting.
Well, I'm just clarifying it wasn't part of the meeting itself, because the meeting can still carry on after you've left the room. Yeah. So that's all I'm checking, all right? And I hope you don't break anyone's anonymity. Away you go.
Right, OK. No, I won't be doing that, love. No, I'm just wanted to mention, outside our meeting this evening, we had a homeless man who's lived there for 25 years. he took bad, and some paramedics come, looked after him. I think he's diabetic. He's got very...
And there we go.
Oh, Julie.
What, Julie? Do you want to try and get her back, son? If you love me truly. Julie. To be my very... Have you seen the Gucci blackface jumpers?
Incredible. Do you know you can get a mask as well, so you could do the whole face?
What colour is he? It's a jumper. It's a black jumper. Nice sort of roll neck jumper. But you can roll the neck over to sort of just below your nose. And it covers the sort of lower third of your face. And there's a hole for your mouth to pop out. And it's got big red lips.
I mean... But yeah, there's also a mask, so you can cover the upper portion of your face with it.
It's very, very peculiar, Gulchi. Very peculiar, and I do not know why you would think that was acceptable.
Or
no,
even...
No, Julie?
Or even something someone would want to wear.
I mean, it would be fun to be able to eat your dinner through your jumper.
You'd end up with a wet jumper.
Yeah, I've had wet jumpers before.
Yeah, not on purpose.
That's my business.
I've not wantonly wet my jumper.
The godfather of soul, James Brown, was murdered.
Oh.
According to 12 of those closest to him, including his widow, his manager, and the doctor who signed his death certificate. And there's a picture of James Brown dead.
Yeah. Open casket,
Open casket. They do that, don't they?
Didn't they do that with Aretha? She looked all posh.
Yeah.
Well, she would, wouldn't she?
They are now calling for a fresh investigation into the 73-year-old star's death on Christmas Day 2006, supposedly from heart failure. Dr. Marvin Crawford, who signed the death certificate at the Emory University Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia, said, "He changed too fast. He was a patient I would never have predicted would have coded, suffered a medical emergency. But he used to smoke loads of crack. Yeah. You know what crack does to your heart? It makes your heart...
Also, I've seen him stagger off stage so many times and be brought back on with a shawl on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He's obviously not well. No. It didn't just happen once or twice. That happened for decades.
He was too funky. That was the problem.
And here's another problem as well. He was, and this is a fact. You can look up the paperwork. He was the hardest working man in show business.
True.
Now, I know a lot of people who... I was going to say Eamon, not Eamon. James. I know people who in show business who work very, very hard. You're telling me James Brown works harder than James Whale?
We know Tony Blackburn.
But James Brown was the hardest working man in show business. The doctor continues, "He died that night, and I did raise that question. What went wrong in that room?" And James's close friend, Andre White, was so concerned about the suspicious circumstances that he took a vial of the singer's blood from an intravenous tube.
Oh.
That's not weird at all.
Where did he get the vial from?
Dr. Crawford claimed a nurse told him... Hang on a minute.
Oh, dear. Don't you code?
Well remembered. Dr. Crawford claimed a nurse told him drug residue was found in a tube helping James to breathe, and said... Somebody perhaps could have given him an illicit substance that led to his death. Dude, he was doing illicit substance. You've seen that video of him on Good Morning America, wherever it is?
He was having a very good morning. Not a great interview.
During the time James was alone, a nurse allegedly told Andre the singer had been visited by a male stranger she didn't recognise. She added that afterwards, James's vital signs rapidly declined. When Andre and Dr. Crawford told James's legal team about their suspicions, they reportedly asked them not to let it get out. An investigation into the star's death was sparked in 2017 when singer Jacqueline Hollander told CNN she had information about it. She had worked with James as a songwriter in the 80s, but later alleged... Oh, here we go. It turns out he did take breaks from working, but later alleged he raped her at gunpoint while high on the drug PCP and threatened to have her killed if she told anyone. Gosh. Among those demanding a new investigation into James's death are his fourth wife, Tommy Ray Heine.
No.
Yeah. His manager, Frank Kopsidas, and his son Darryl, one of 6 heirs named in the singer's will. Here we go. Wills. And civil rights activist Reverend Al Sharpton, a friend of the star, said, and I won't do the voice, I will do the accent, but I will do the American accent, generic, I won't do the voice.
Don't go to town on it, no.
No. He's very excitable, Al Sharpton. I've always had, and still have, a lot of questions. I wouldn't mind a further investigation. Do you know what? I listened to Tom Heidecker's podcast today. And it's a great podcast.
Tom Heidecker.
Tim Heidecker. There's a great bit. Honestly, it's so funny. It's a phone-in show that he just does online, right? And it's him, it's Doug Pounds, both have been on the show.
And if you think this show is haphazard, you ain't seen nothing.
The first caller, Swedish guy. The first caller's, one of the early callers is a Swedish guy, right? It's quite boring. And he sort of tolerates it for about 30 seconds. And then he says, just get to the point, you Swedish sea! God, you don't know how much I want to say that to some of the callers here. Just get to the point, you Swedish sea! Whether
they're not Swedish.
Swedish or not, I don't care.
Inappropriate.
Anyway, we're going to look this up. We're going to watch this together online in a minute. Vic Berger, who's also on the show, said, in Deliverance...
Yeah.
It's an old guy playing a guitar.
By the way, I've never seen Deliverance. I just know...
It's a great film.
I know the gist.
Great film. There's an old guy, you know... Right, so there's an old guy and a young kid.
Yeah, banjo player.
The old guy's playing the guitar, the kid's playing the banjo.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to watch
and
that.
He's incredible, right?
Yeah, this is it. He is amazing. So we're just going to watch that. I'm going to find that scene now. Deliverance banjo scene. Do you know where this is going, dear? Here we go. Right, so we're going to watch this. Right. I wonder if there's a slightly better... Here we go. Slightly better version. It's a great film. Right. Oh, hang on. I'm just going to jump forward. Right, jump forward to the kid, right? So the kid's amazing.
I don't think you understood me. I want to get some drivers, drive this car.
Jump forward a bit. Come on, get to the fast bit.
Talk about to.
Come on, I'm with you.
Here we go. Now, right. Look at the kid. Look at the kid. It's amazing, right? So if you look very carefully,
yeah,
when he's playing fast, it's an adult with his hands.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Show me again.
And the early bit is the kid's hands.
Yeah.
But then when he's playing really fast, it's an adult. He's like reaching around. Because I've never noticed it before, but the fingers are much bigger when he's doing the fast bit.
Show me again.
It's brilliant. Hang on.
Not pitiful. Who's back in the manger here?
Here we go. So from about here, the fingers are significantly bigger.
Hang on, move your finger.
That's a big hand. Massive hands! Massive hands!
I thought the rest of his body was rather relaxed. Movie magic.
Hands. Beginning their tiny little stubby kids' fingers. Massive hands. I never knew that.
I've never seen it, and now when I do watch it,
it's a great film.
I'll be looking for the hands.
Yeah, it's a great film. Let's. Julie's back. Good evening, Julie.
Yeah, I'm back again. Sorry, I think I cut myself off.
I think
or
you
may have done it. I don't know.
I didn't do it. I think you might. It's good to have you back. So go on. There was a homeless man, and he had a diabetic attack.
Yeah, he did, and he went off in an ambulance and everything, and we all went up and had the AA meeting, and we said prayers for him and stuff like that.
Oh.
And I rang up the restaurant that was near where he lived. He lives under the little bridge.
Yeah.
Near our meeting. I go out when I go to give him a cup of tea and a couple of biscuits or whatever. He's got all this stuff around him, and I rang the restaurant this morning, and the woman said, I don't know, oh, bloody hell. So I rang the actual church, and I'm so not, organised religion, I don't do it. Yes. But I phoned the organised religious church that he sleeps under the bridge under to see if he was okay. And this woman answered. It was funny, actually. I said to her, hey, love, told her all the business. I come for the meeting last night, and Thingy, I won't say his name, he got took off and whizzed off in the ambulance, and police come, and it didn't look good, police come, I always think someone's dead or whatever. And she said, hang on, I'll have a look out the back window. So she looks out the back window, and she said, I can see a pair of boots. But wherever it is, it's all covered up and all that. And I won't be going over. I'll tell you why, because it's pouring down. It's too rainy. I'm not going over to check if he's alive or dead.
Gosh, how very Christian.
I thought, shut up, Christian.
Yeah, shut up, Christian. Shut up, Muslim. Shut up, Jew.
That was that. But it turns out...
Is he alive? Is he alive?
He's alive. He's not kicking, no. No, he's
Good,
not.
good.
The lady out the restaurant's been round giving him insulin or whatever. But I wanted to talk to you about your meetings that you go to.
Yes.
When you go to your meetings, are you as shouty as you are on air? Because you're a little bugger, I've put a tweet up about you.
Okay.
Too shouty, this fella can't get a word in, does my head in, and it does Alkie's heads in. I'm an Alkie. I mean, I don't know what you are. I don't know if you go, what meetings you go to. I know you've got issues with this, that and the other, but you wouldn't be tolerated being such a shouty little git.
Do you know what?
I tell you,
do you know what?
I make the tea at the meeting.
Julie, good.
And do you know
good.
what?
Oh,
I'd
Jesus,
probably
this woman's
drop it on
rude.
you.
This woman's rude.
What?
No, you wouldn't, because in a meeting,
no,
every...
I'm hard knock healthy, and I wouldn't put up with you.
But here's the thing.
In a meeting.
Shut up for a second. Here's the thing. You've been rude.
That's rude.
You've just been rude.
Rude.
Were you the one that tweeted that you were unfollowing me?
I didn't tell you to shut up.
No, you were just rude.
What did your mum teach you? Don't say shut up.
Yeah, she did. If someone's being rude, if someone's being rude to you, tell them to shut up and put your point across. Here's the thing, right? Do you not understand that perhaps on the show she's put the phone down? Maybe she got cut off. Try her again and see if she wants to come on, Sam. What a rude lady.
Which step was that?
I don't know. Is it step 3 where you've got to go and bollock someone? She was the lady, I think, who phoned in at the end of the show the other day, and and was telling a very, very long story.
Ah, yeah.
And then said she's not answering. She's switched off again.
And then she did it again.
And then
nice.
Said, "I'm not phoning." He begs for callers, and then was rude to them.
In fact, she did tell me to shut up.
Yeah, she did.
So.
Here's the thing. Straight to voicemail. She switched it off. Okay, listen, I wish you the best of success and the best of joy with your recovery, of course. Wish every addict success with their recovery. And don't worry, Julie, I do not hold a resentment. I can tell that you've had a tough couple of days. You know, you thought a guy might have died, and you back, Julie? Are you sticking around, or are you gonna disappear again?
I'm back. Sorry,
Okay.
something's happening with my new phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm willing to listen, but don't say shut up. It's a bit rude, that, love.
Okay, and would you accept that you were just rude to me for the last 2 minutes of that phone call?
Well, explain what that rudeness was about. What was that?
Well, in that case, you don't.
Tell me.
No, in that case, you don't realise you're being rude. So I would just like to say...
No, don't, love. Go back and tell me what the rudeness was about.
No, I'm not going to. I don't have to. I wish you the very best of luck with your recovery. It sounds like it's going well for you. Keep it in the day, just for today.
Come on, man. I wouldn't like to be at a meeting with you. You'll be roasted.
Okay. I wish you the very best of luck. I'm letting go of the resentment. I'm handing it over. I'll speak to my sponsor tomorrow.
I haven't got a resentment.
No, I'm trying not to develop one around.
There's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, the problem is I'm allowing a very rude woman to have a go at me. Listen, I wish you the best of luck with your recovery.
Well, that's good. Let me carry on speaking then, if you're allowed.
No, thanks. I think you've had enough. I can feel my shoulders like fizzing, and that means I'm getting angry. So we'll let that go. Thank you so much, Julia. I wish you the best of luck. Some of that stuff didn't quite make sense. We said a prayer in the meeting for the guy. No, but I don't believe that bit, actually, because you don't say prayer. The only prayer you say is the Serenity Prayer, which is not a religious prayer. You don't go and pray for someone. Do you want to just tell her thanks very much, but I think we've had enough of her tonight. If she'd like to, she's calling back. We've had enough. Gosh, what a rude...
Came out of nowhere.
Didn't it? Well, it did, didn't it? Here's the thing, guys. I don't need to explain this to you, right? But you know, dear listener, that the me you get here is obviously a heightened version. It's a performance. It's theatre, right? To a certain extent. And, of course, I behave appropriately in the places that I go. So, in meetings... Anyway, I don't need to tell you. I don't need to say about my recovery. It's none of your business. Julie, thanks for that call. I appreciate that. 0344 499 1000.
People don't get roasted in meetings, do they?
No one gets roasted. No, you share and you finish, and people say thanks very much, and then someone comes in and they share and say thanks. No one gets roasted. It's not a roasting scenario. It's not a roasting scenario. That's really confused me. Gosh, that's confused me a lot. Cleo, stay there. Come to you after this.
The wild man of late night radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
People, huh? 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Cleo.
Good evening, you wondrous folk.
There we go. What you got for us?
You mentioned James Brown and that death sort of inquest thing.
Yes.
Tonight, or well, tomorrow, there's a documentary going on Netflix about Sam Cooke.
Oh, yeah.
Who also died in very strange circumstances.
Please fill me in so I don't have to watch it.
He was found dead naked in a motel.
No.
And apparently the official line was he was shot by the woman behind the desk. Because he burst in naked saying, have you seen this woman come out of your room? She's nicked me clothes, nicked me money.
Oh.
And he went and attacked her or something like that. That's the official reason.
Yeah.
But then there's a theory that...
Wasn't he coked up?
Yes.
Well, then suddenly but by leaving that bit out, it sounds like, wow, that's a horrible situation. But then by putting it, he was coked up. Ah, right, yeah, cocaine psychosis.
Also, you said that he was naked. He wasn't. He was wearing a jacket and shoes.
Come on.
And that's it.
Come on. Come on, Cleo. You can do better than this.
Well, he had no pants.
No.
But there's the theory that... it's about the two main theories. That's what this documentary is about.
Yes.
It's called The Two Deaths of Sam Cooke.
Okay.
It's supposed to be good.
Okay.
But there's actually 3 deaths.
Oh.
There's another theory that it was the prostitute who did it. And there's another one...
Yes.
Where the FBI...
Get to the point, you Swedish Sea!
Swedish Sea?
Yeah. If you'd been listening, you'd know what we were talking about.
Swedish Sea? What was it?
Well, listen to the show that you're phoning up.
It was.
Wow.
But also, it got us to thinking, how many weird black soul artist deaths has there been? There was Marvin Gaye, shot in the head.
By his dad, with a gun that Marvin had bought for him.
Yeah. And there was Otis Redding.
Who fell into the dock of the bay and couldn't swim.
He didn't.
Yeah, he did. Fell into the dock.
You're kidding me.
He fell into the dock of the bay and he could not swim.
And the worst thing is, well, because you mentioned the seeing James Brown's audience status.
Yes.
What's the word status? Yes.
In status, yes, in status
Yeah.
quo. When James Brown was in status quo.
There's actual pictures of Otis Redding thawing out.
No, don't finish that sentence.
And
Don't finish that sentence.
They put it on Channel 4 on a top 10 moments in soul music thing. And I watched it. And I love Otis Redding. And I watched it and go,
You just couldn't eat a whole one.
Is. And they showed a picture of him being...
Don't finish the sentence. You don't need to put that image into our heads.
Anyway. But it's weird how many strange deaths that have been in the world of soul.
Well, you know who I blame?
Thatcher.
Liam Neeson. He's travelling through time, killing black men. That's what he's doing.
He has found them, hasn't he?
What colour was he?
He has some very special skills.
Yes, he's travelling through time. He's killing black celebrities because of what happened 40 years ago in Ireland. That you can laugh. He can't. His career's over. But also, the last few Liam Neeson films have been pony.
Do you think he'll come back from it?
Yeah, of course he will.
People are starting to forgive Mel Gibson, aren't they?
Yeah, Mel Gibson made a film with Will Ferrell recently. Daddy's Home 2, yeah.
No.
Yeah, Daddy's Home 2.
Was he in that?
Yeah.
Did he do... was he basically the older version of the guy from What Women Want?
I think so. It was.
Did he use the term sugar tits?
So Mel Gibson was Mark Wahlberg's dad, and the guy from Third Rock was Will Ferrell's dad.
Oh, right.
What was his name?
The tall guy, the one that was in Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah.
I know who you mean.
Very famous. John Lithgow.
Yes.
So yeah. He's Gibson's been making movies for years.
Sugar tits. I mean, that was his gift to the world. Apart from, and some very, very nasty anti-Semitic stuff. Let's not forget that.
Let's not forget that. The CNN report further raises questions over the death of James's third wife, Adrienne, a hairstylist who friends say was also murdered. She died on January the 6th, 1966, 2 days after having plastic surgery. But detective, and not the rock star, I have to clarify this, Detective Steve Miller believes her death may have been suspicious. In 2001, he received a notebook from informant Linda Bennett, which said a doctor confessed to murdering her with a fatal drug overdose. She wrote in the book, I know he murdered James Brown's wife. I know he did, plus he was trying desperately to cover. I know it because he told me. He told me so himself. Then he tried to kill me. Okay.
Oh, dear.
Hey, you know James Brown's wife? I killed her. Now I've got to kill you.
No!
During their 10-year relationship, she called the police on the singer 4 times, each time dropping the charges or recanting her statements.
Well, that happens.
In one call, it does happen, unfortunately. In one call on April the 3rd, 88, Adrienne told police her husband had beaten her with a flipping it with a metal pipe and fired his shotgun at her and her car. According to CNN, an investigator at the time wrote, victim had bruises all over her body. Dear God. James was arrested and charged with assault with intent to murder, though he was never prosecuted. After Adrienne's death in 1996, James married Tommy Ray, one of his backing singers, in 2001. 5 years later, James was brought into hospital by his long-time friend Andre, who was a patient of Dr. Crawford. Originally, the doctor thought James had pneumonia, which was widely reported after his death, but later found signs of a mild heart attack. He also found traces of cocaine in James's urine. Okay, well, he's a guy in his 70s doing cocaine?
It's not very good for you.
But was confident his patient would be fine. The doctor eventually left the hospital to spend Christmas Eve with his family. He told CNN he improved fast. By 5 o'clock on the 24th, he probably could have walked out of the hospital if he wanted.
What, was he buzzing?
But at 1 a.m, Dr. Crawford was woken by a call from the hospital. James's heart had stopped.
The cocaine in the
73-year-old
urine.
man with cocaine, but it could have been murder. Okay. By the time he got there, the star was dead. James's personal manager, Charles Bobbitt, who said he was the only person by the singer's hospital bedside, heard him complain his chest was on fire before the star lay down. and died. In 2016, Jacqueline met Candice Hurst, who used to sing with James. Jacqueline claimed she revealed she'd been James's lover and had slept at his South Carolina home the week before he died. Then she told her about a vision she had had, which Jacqueline interpreted as a confession. The CNN report states, Hurst was standing with Charles... that's a bit boring. I don't think he's murdered. I think a 73-year-old man... Sorry?
It's just the idea. He seemed so much better. And then there's cocaine, and then his heart stopped, and I wonder what happened
He's
there.
73 years old, and he's doing a little bit of the old okey-cokey. That is not a good look.
It's not doctor's orders.
It's not doctor's orders. My chest is killing me. My throat is killing me. You're killing me.
What? I'm not doing anything.
Your attitude is killing me. The attitude of Sam is killing me. Life is killing me. We're all being killed by life. Hey, that's good. That's what actually quite was. We're all being killed by life. It's true. Life is fatal. This is
no one gets out alive.
No.
People say that.
Well, we're not in anything. No, life is, I tell you, the most fatal disease in the world. It's life.
Put that in a tea towel.
Yeah.
No, they don't like those ones. They only like the ones where it goes, life is a... love is a battlefield. No, they like the ones that are positive messages.
I'll make this work. Hang on a minute, I'm going to make this work.
Could you do it quick? Because I really need to go to the loo. Because of life. Because of life happening. Life is happening to me now.
Okay, I'm going to do something. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do something really clever.
Right.
And I'm just doing this, from freestyling it, okay?
Turn it.
Do you know what the most fatal... Do you know what the most fatal disease is known to mankind?
Go on.
It's... life. Oh, life. Oh, life. Oh, life. Life. Oh, life. Oh, life. Oh, life. Sad but true.
I had that on tape.
It's killed everybody I know who's died. Has died of oh, man.
Everyone I know died short of breath.
Everyone I know who died has died of life. Oh, life. Oh, life. Oh, life. It killed everybody I know. It's life. Oh, life. Oh, you get the idea.
That's very good.
Thanks, mate. 0344 499 1000. The switchboard is empty, save for one angry woman phoning in who wants to have a go at me again. Not tonight, Julie. Well, give us a call tomorrow if you want. You'll be very welcome to join us tomorrow. But I think tonight we've had enough of the verbal attacks. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
listener, the late night alternative, Iain Lee, Catherine Boyle. Here we go. Let's go to Ryan. Good evening, Ryan.
Oh.
Hello, Ryan.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, hello, Ryan. What do you want?
Oh, I don't know. I thought I'd play Radio Roulette and just phone up and see what he talked about and see if I could talk about it or not.
They're bringing back Bergerac?
Oh, I didn't really watch it. I was too young.
Okay. It's not really Radio Roulette, just phoning up.
Well, I was bored. Well, no,
I know you feel, mate. Trust me. Huh?
Yeah. Is it that bad, is it?
It's not great so far. So, I mean, we bring into the party. It's a party. We've asked everyone to bring food. What you bringing? What chat food are you bringing to the party?
Chat food?
Jesus, are you? For God's sakes, man! I'm really trying to help you out here.
I've never heard of chat food. The term chat food. That's all. Sorry.
What? You can't just phone up, right, and say I'm bored. I'm playing Radio Roulette. What are you talking about? Bring something to the conversation, man.
Oh, all right, okay. Oh, I'm disillusioned with media, right? So I thought I'll suffer on the usual avenues. I'll phone up the radio later tonight and then just see what's happening there. So talk about that if you want. My disillusionment at nearing middle age with media and the whole sort of situation I've got in front of me socially.
I don't know. That sentence doesn't mean anything. You've said a lot of words and it doesn't mean anything. Be more specific.
Oh, does it not? Okay. I'm bored with Twitter and Facebook.
I'm disillusioned with callers. Well, come off Twitter and Facebook.
Well, yeah, I have. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's just quick and convenient. It's one of those,
It's pointless. It's nothing. Twitter and Facebook, they're meaningless. Come off them and go and read a book. Go and watch a film. Go for a walk. Go and paint.
I've done a lot of them, and I'm finding trouble getting back into a niche of things that I used to like so much. You know what I mean? I've got a few things.
Maybe you don't like those things anymore. Maybe you've grown up and matured, and those things aren't for you.
Well, yeah, I've considered all these things. It's still not helping me find anything, is it?
Jesus Christ. Okay, so okay.
I won't turn to him, so that's definite.
Right. Okay. So what can we do?
I don't know. I wasn't necessarily asking for a solution. I just said I'd play Radio Roulette. I thought you might have a subject to offer that I could just talk rubbish about.
Not really. We don't. Have you listened to the show before?
I think I have phoned you before.
Right, because we don't do subjects really. We just sit here and chat.
And chat about anything.
Yep.
I think you don't. Let me think. All right, I was thinking earlier today that I'd like to leave society. So I was thinking,
yes,
I don't want to move out to a faraway island. I still have to do that within the frameworks of other things. So why shouldn't I, as a human, be able to exist in this country that I was born into, but I didn't ask for all this rubbish to be going on around me? So is there no legal way I could step out of it?
Yeah, you can go live in a forest.
Yeah, do you think they would leave me alone in the forest? I do live in a New Forest, actually.
Off you go then.
What do you mean, not be left alone? Come offline, come off grid. Don't go online. Don't go on Twitter. Don't go on Facebook. Delete your accounts. But then you'd be bored. You've just told us you're bored.
No, I'm bored of that. But you know, there's other things. No, that's different. That's a separate subject. I'll go on to.
Well, then get rid of your computer. Get rid of your phone and do it. Then try it. Loads of people do.
No, actually. Well, do you think loads of people do?
Yeah, loads of people do. Of course they do. Yeah.
Once they've had it, they get rid of it again.
Yeah. Are you drunk?
No.
You stoned?
No.
I'm getting a foggy vibe off of you, man.
Oh yeah, well it's a foggy conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, but it needn't be. It could be very sharp and focused. It could be pinpoint. But you're bringing fogginess to it.
Sorry, I didn't mean so. I'll be more concise.
Yes.
With my random subject.
No, it's not that random.
Is it not?
Not
really. A lot of people. No.
No. A lot of people go off grid.
Oh, once they've gone off, you don't know them, do you? So, well, I don't. Do you know how many people do you know have gone off grid?
I've spoken to a few people that have gone off grid.
I actually know one person that's off grid.
There you go.
Danny Baker's not got a mobile phone.
Yeah, but this bloke has got a converted truck, which is basically like a wooden castle, and he's got long hair and a guitar and 3 dogs.
He wants to talk to us.
Ah, right.
Okay, so just respect that.
Okay.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. All right. I didn't mean it. Sorry.
Weird. Okay.
I didn't hear it properly. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. The last hour's going to have a weird vibe. I think it's going to have a weird old vibe. 0344. I've got terrible indigestion. Jesus. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Let's just sit and listen to some chilled out music for a minute. Great when your technical operator types on the screen. The phones are awful lately. the phones are full of... I can see him trying to phone out. It's not working. I mean, dear God.
It's only a phone-in show.
Hello, line 2, you're on the wireless.
How are you doing, mate?
Lousy. What you got for us?
Well, I was listening a couple of days ago, remember it was your band Callers?
Oh, yeah.
And the guy that came up and says he wished you would die. Wish you'd go and kill yourself.
Yeah.
Aye. Well, for 2 days I've been spewing all this because I'm going through... I know yourself, you've got depression, you suffer depression, I'm the same kind of thick boat, you know what I mean? And I remember you saying you stood at a bridge.
Yeah.
Just to jump over the bridge kind of thing.
Two weeks and a day ago I stood on a bridge and I was there. I was ready. I was in the zone. I was going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I constantly feel like that. Constantly. And see, you hear this guy saying that, it was like, in the night you were saying your back was getting rolled up, and I was like, that was the night I was feeling like that, you know what I mean? Just his attitude towards people that get through this.
He's a joke. I wouldn't even worry about him. He's a joke. How are you doing today, man?
I'm all right. I mean, it's, you know yourself, it's up and down, isn't it? 1 minute you're high as a kite, next minute you're as low as shite, as you would say, innit?
Yeah.
Aye. So, I mean, it's like... I listen to your show, not all the time, because I'm constantly night shift, but just for the past, I'm after 2 weeks, so it's worse, not I mean, at night you're sitting... I should be out working, you know what I mean? I'm sitting about, you don't know what to do, you know what I mean? All your pals are working, isn't it? Sleeping for work, and... Well, what kind of got to me was you standing at the bridge. See, do you fear that you can jump on that bridge?
Well, I don't want to go into the details of it, because it's grim, but no, I was ready. I was ready to do it, man.
Aye. Because I was 3 years ago, hospital or Christmas, 70 paracetamol and 2 bottles of wine.
Oh man, I'm sorry you felt so bad.
Well, I didn't see the actual day I did it. I didn't feel bad. It was 2 days before Christmas. Got my daughter's presents in, everybody's presents in. Just, you know what I mean? It's like everything was sorted, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
And I came in the house, it was like, you can only buy 2 packets of paracetamol per shop or something. So I just went about and...
Well, listen, let's not focus on that, because that's that's. I'm glad that you're alive. That's because we're having a good conversation. But today you're feeling all right.
Aye, I'm all right today. But as you say, it's like that guy 2 days ago. See, if I'd have phoned you 2 days ago, I'd have been on your ban list. If you know what I mean about that. It's actually took me 2 days to calm down for what this guy's attitude was. I'm like, God, I mean...
Well...
I mean, I know kids at 15, 16, and about right, it's died with depression, you know what I mean? They're taking their own lives.
Mm. Well, you're a good man. You're a good man, Peter.
You hear this guy talking about this, and you're like, I mean, he has family.
Don't even worry about him. That guy's a joke. That guy is.
No, I know.
He's
I know.
nothing.
I just want to. How are you? Are you coping? Okay. No.
No.
No, we never did, did we? I don't think we did. I mean, it's like you're saying, it's like the swan on top of the water, isn't it? You can look calm and perfect, and then underneath you're just, the legs are going 100 miles an hour.
I'm not coping very well at all, Peter.
Oh, well, you've got a good person beside you there now.
Yeah.
Well, you're going through a hard time. Sorry if I brought all this back up.
Nah, it was already there, Peter. Don't you feel bad about it?
No, I was just really annoyed for this guy the other night. You know what I mean? It's just.
It's crappy, especially as he did it just to get a reaction. Well, you know what? I wonder if he realised what a reaction that could have been.
Well, it could have been worse, couldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that guy just doesn't know. That's how I always like to do the expression that I saw calm in the tap, but underneath you. The people don't know what's going on underneath, don't they? No?
Yeah, and you know it's happening to loads of people. I believe people listening to this now who know exactly what we're talking about.
Aye, and I say if I had phoned up that day, I'd have been on the ban list. I'd had to wait till another ban night to speak back in. But
do you know something? I wouldn't have banned you.
Well, I'd say I listen when I can.
Yeah.
And just pure big chance I was after that. I'm off on holiday, and I say I work constant night shift, and you're sitting, your heat's not fried, but you know what I mean. You're just in that way.
Yeah.
And you're sitting yourself, and then it's like, well, I'll put Iain Lee on.
Yeah.
Because I used to watch him on the telly. As I say, listen to it before, and I heard that more on, and I'm like, oh.
Well,
I'm clawing at the couch. And that way you're like, oh, I can't phone in.
Well.
If I phone in, I'm just going to gaff my nut. You know what I mean? You're like...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Thank you. And thanks for ringing up. You know, it's nice to know there are people like you out there. And thanks for hanging on, because I know times get dark.
I know. We never do. We always need somebody to talk to them, mate. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is how I like these stations, because you can phone in, and... But the night I was like, I need to phone.
Yeah.
If I don't phone, I'll just irritate me. Irritate, then you're up all night, and then you're thinking about things, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what? Nighttime is the worst time for that kind of thought as well.
Oh, I know.
It goes round and round.
Definitely. And I think that's how I prefer to work night times.
So, keep busy.
But then when you're not working, you're like, I'm pacing the house and drinking more than I should be drinking.
Yeah.
But is he all right?
Yeah, it'll be all right. Thanks, Peter. Nice to speak to you.
No problem.
You take care of yourself.
You too.
Bye.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Sorry, guys. A little too much exposure there. Let's go to let's go to Alan. Good evening, Alan.
You're right, mate. I feel a bit bad for you because I feel like everyone's coming on the show and putting all their crap on you and then making you feel bad, and then at the end of the night you go home and you think about it. But maybe you don't. But
yeah, I do. But that last caller was a gentleman, and Peter didn't make me feel bad in the slightest. So
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm not saying about him, but just in what I've heard tonight about the Jesus and all that.
Everyone else is an a-hole.
fair enough.
Here we go. We're going to get through the next 40 minutes and we're going home. That's what we're doing.
I've had a bad week since I last talked to you.
Go on.
I was out on my scooter and a car, like in the middle of the road, decided to open its door and it hit my leg.
Mate.
And luckily, it's only just bruised. I haven't broken anything. But
so hang on. So what? You were sort of beside it as it was opening it, and it smacked your leg.
No, I was on a main road, and it just stopped in the main road, and it literally opened the door, and I was doing about 35.
You didn't go flying over the front, did you?
No, I managed to control my scooter.
All right. Well, we try and look for the blessings, and that's incredible because flying over the front of a scooter is my biggest fear. How badly did it hit your leg, man? What's the damage?
I could probably send some pictures in. I went to A&E.
Yeah, go on, send us some pictures. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. It's a young man's injured.
I went home. I went home first and got myself a large whiskey and ice before I went to the hospital. So, yeah, because I thought it was the best idea to do, as I'm not really good in hospitals. I don't really like doctors that much. So yeah, but yeah, it's great, and it's been great listening to your show because I can't really do anything else.
So can you not move? You kind of confined to the sofa.
I can move, but like if I stay on my leg too long, it starts to swell up, and the bottom of my feet starts to swell up as well.
Oh, what? Oh.
Yeah, it's really badly bruised.
Do you want us to? Hang on, was it a man or a woman that did it?
I believe it was a guy, but he drove off. But I got his registration. I gave it to the police. So.
What colour was he?
We'll get Liam Neeson on you.
He was an old...
Was he black? Because if he's black, we can get Liam to sort it out. If he was white, I'm afraid you're on your own.
He's one of them, like, you know, them ones who wear the, like the builders, you know, like old builders, like chubby ones, always at the cafe.
Chubby old builders at the cafe. But hang on, he just drove off, did he?
Yeah, he just drove off.
Did he not even say sorry? Or did he know that he'd done it?
I'm guessing so, because he went off quite quick, to be fair.
What a scumbag.
That is snide, isn't it?
Right, we need to hunt all of the greasy spoons, and we need to find a chubby old builder having breakfast. That's what we're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, so apart from that, I've been doing really good, though. Since the medication started taking it, everything's changed, so I've started to interact with people as well, so...
That is wicked. I'm glad your head is on the mend, and you know what, maybe... being forced to be physically still, maybe you I don't know. Maybe you can do a bit of thinking, and it will, take you to places inside you, and maybe you can work some stuff out. I don't know, or maybe you'll just be bored.
Yeah, and to be fair, like the Brexit thing, I think's a total load of crap. Because like at the end of the day, whatever we vote for, it's not really going to make I don't think it's going to make a difference really, because. The politicians, the government want what they want. They do what they want most of the time, so...
Yeah. Of course they do. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They care about their hedge funds. They care about them. They care about... Not all of them. There are some really good politicians. I've met some good politicians, right? But a lot of them, they care about their hedge funds, their bank accounts, and their careers.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't care about them, so... I just get on my life, and I pay my taxes, and I do what I have to do, and then... I'm happy, because...
Good, that's it, man. As long as your side of the street is clean, then you're groovy. All right, Alan, nice one, man. Thanks for the call.
Well, cheers, mate.
Cheers, bye-bye.
Oh, I could hear him shifting his leg then.
Oh, God, that was it, wasn't it? I wonder what that noise was. Hey.
Oh, dear.
Let's try Claire. Good evening, Claire.
Good evening, how are you?
Oh, great, Claire. What have you got for us tonight?
Well, I don't have a whole lot for you. I just want to tell you how great my life is at the moment.
Go on, let's hear it. This is great. This is what we need. This is wonderful. Yes, let's have some positivity. Let's have some light. Let's have some life, some love, some celebrazione.
Exactly.
Let's hear Claire's wonderful life.
A little bit of light and love, exactly what you need on this show right now is what I was thinking. That's why I called in. I want to tell you how great my job is. Love it.
Oh, this is wonderful. What do you do for a living?
I manage a charity shop. I manage the Salvation Army shopping.
Yes, ma'am. What's the best thing that's come in that you've taken home before the punters have got to see it?
I don't do that.
Claire.
I always give the punters the first dib.
Claire, you're doing it wrong.
No. I am being a genuine and honest person. I never take things before the public have a look at it.
That's outrageous. Okay, well, that's good. So you're enjoying that. You're loving that. Why are you loving that so much?
Well, because I have worked for other charities before, and this is the first time that I've ever seen people in my local community benefit directly from the money that comes in and the donations that come in.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's a wonderful thing to witness.
It's absolutely amazing. I love it. And I don't think that there's any other job in the world where you could see people who are in hard times benefit and do better because of the job that you're doing.
Doctors.
Yeah, doctors can do that, but then they're at the behest of the pharmaceutical companies, aren't they?
No, come on now. You've gone all conspiracy theory on me. No, they're not.
That is not a conspiracy.
Of course
theory,
it is. What do you mean? What do you mean? You were doing so well, and now you're sort of spouting nonsense. What do you mean they're at the behest of the pharmaceutical companies? You don't think that doctors are driven by a pure desire to heal people?
Yeah, doctors are, but they are at the behest of the pharmaceutical
Well, what does that mean? Tell me what you mean by, because I don't understand the sentence, at the behest of the pharmaceutical companies.
Have you ever had a friend or a relative who has had cancer?
God, Jesus. Yes.
Yes. And have they gone through chemotherapy?
Yes.
And at the end of chemotherapy, if it hasn't worked, have they gone through the trial drug?
Oh, hang on a second. You're assuming it hasn't worked.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, well, for the person I'm thinking of, it worked. So, yeah, the doctors worked.
Okay. But often, people with cancer are also offered
Where's this going? She sounded so normal,
drug.
and now she's gone weird on me. Right, a trial drug, yes.
Oh, well, weird is, you know.
Yeah, you've gone weird. Well, you started off quite weird, but now you've gone super weird. Okay, so the doctors are at the behest of the pharmaceutical companies because of trial drugs for cancer.
If a drug doesn't make enough money for the company, then they will not give it to the NHS.
Okay, no, well, that doesn't mean the doctors are at the behest of the... You're conflating two separate issues. That doesn't mean the doctors are at the behest of the pharmaceutical companies.
Well, yes, they are, because they cannot...
No, but they might be, but the argument you've put forward does not back up that claim.
Do you mean the mercy of the pharmaceutical companies rather than the behest?
Yeah, probably the mercy.
Right, well, then words are very precise. Right, well, okay, to a certain extent they are. Yes, money. No, they're at the mercy of money. They're at the mercy of money.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is completely different to saying they're at the behest of the pharmaceutical companies. But I would suggest, but your original, all of this, because you said you couldn't think of another job where someone gets to see the good that they're doing, and I said doctors, and doctors do. Doctors save lives. So, yeah.
But they have their hands tied.
Oh, God. Do you know what, Claire? They don't. Not tonight. Any other reasons why your life is so great you want to show off about?
Any other reasons why your life is great that you want to show off about?
No, my life sucks at this precise moment in time, which if you've been listening, you would know about.
Oh, darling, I'm so sorry to hear about that.
Thanks for your call. Jesus Christ.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
But thanks for the call. Let's try Danny. Good evening, Danny.
Hello, you two. I'm going to be nice, don't worry.
What's going on? Why is there such a weird... What have I done? I'm just a radio host.
Is it a full moon?
No, it's not. We're close. It's a very tiny moon. It's a fingernail moon tonight.
Or should we say, is it a full sun? You can never tell.
You can never tell these days with the mirrors on the moon.
Two things I could talk about. Sausages and shingles.
Can you combine them both?
Shingles.
Sausages.
Sausages. There we go. Like
Shingle-flavoured sausages.
Oh, my God.
I've got shingles. How did that happen? It's horrible.
Painful, huh?
Isn't that being run down, or am I simplifying things? I'm not a doctor anymore.
I think that was the bloke on the motorbike a couple of calls ago.
This guy's good. This guy is sharp. Danny is sharp tonight.
If you've had chicken pox and it just re-emerges through the nerve.
Hey, here's the thing. There's a kid. There's several kids at my kid's school who've had chicken pox.
Yeah.
And they've got chicken pox again. What is going on? What is going on?
My brother-in-law reckons he's had it twice.
That defies science. What is going on, Danny?
It's itchy, but I've only got it in a few places, mainly under my arm. And the other thing, sausages. Everyone loves a good sausage, doesn't they?
Yeah, of course you do.
And for years I've had sausages, and they've always made me ill. And now I found that it was the gluten in the sausages. I can now eat sausages until they're coming out my ears.
I thought you were allergic to lips and arseholes, but
No, he loves those.
it's gluten.
The price of these swines, they shouldn't be. They're lovely. They've got no gluten in them, and now I'm scoffing sausages like there's no tomorrow.
All right.
What was it making you... How was it making you ill?
It was giving him shingles.
When I got to my mid-40s, it gave me shingles, and pigs had shingles. When I got to my mid-40s, gluten and lactose started to really affect me.
Yeah.
But I've always had trouble with sausages, so I've got these ones with no gluten.
You know you're supposed to put them in your mouth, yeah?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I've made a fatal error.
Danny, you've made a fatal error by shoving sausages up your bum. Good evening, Michelle. Oh,
hey, there we go.
Michelle liked that one. She's been there. Good evening, Michelle.
Good evening. Good evening to you both. I just wanted to... I didn't realise you've already covered ASMR, haven't you?
Yes.
Catherine is the best at it.
I'm very good at it.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I was just going to say, people out there have got like a racing, if your brain's racing in the evening and you can't stop from thinking about stuff, it's completely free. And if you just type in ASMR into YouTube, they bring up loads of different artists. What sounds work for you, Ian?
I like crinkly things.
You like the scissors as well, don't you?
I like. Kath, but Kath can do ASMR. She's great, man.
Because it's just about doing a little bit louder than a whisper, not a total whisper. But you just do slightly louder, and then let me just give you a little scratch, Michelle.
Okay.
Well, that's too much.
Oh yeah.
She likes that.
Yeah, I like scratching.
Oh, my scissors over there. Let me give her a trim. Oh, I can't find the scissors. Let me just take some notes with my pen.
I think you should do a little channel or something.
I might make some money out of it. Oh, hang on, I've got the scissors. Okay.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Ready? Ready, Michelle?
Yes, I'm ready. What's that? Oh, you're cutting hair.
But what hair is she cutting?
Is she cutting your hair?
She's cutting the hair on her nipples. That's what she's doing.
I cry especially.
Little trim.
Just for these occasions.
Do you like the mouth noises? Have you heard those when they go...
Ian
those
likes
ones.
those. Go on, Ian.
I like those. Those are the best. I don't know what she's doing. She's gone somewhere else.
So, yeah, ASMR. Thumbs up.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yes,
we'll be...
All right, take care.
Tutty bye. We'll be checking that out later on. Let's go to John. Good evening, John.
Hello. Good evening, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hiya, John.
Hello, John.
Just 2 quick points, mate, if you don't mind. Last time I rang, you said you'd rang the Samaritans twice and you didn't get through.
No.
Now, they've got my number behind the back of there. I'm not a stalker, I know. If ever you find you've got no one to talk to,
You're a good
and
man.
you don't want to talk to friends or anyone else, and you just need someone to talk to, mate, you can use it.
Just give me a call. My name is journalist. My name is John.
No.
John at the Mirror.
Yeah.
John.
No,
John.
honestly, man.
Listen. I'm not going to take you up on the offer, but because it would be inappropriate. But I honestly, I am very, very touched by that offer, and I really, really appreciate it. And that is very, very kind. So thank you very much.
It's all right. And the second thing I'd like to say is something you say to some people a lot of times. Love you, brother. Be nice to yourself, eh?
Oh, now, why have you done... Why has he done that? Why has he come on and made me cry again?
A lot of us appreciate you, man.
Thanks.
We really do.
Thanks, John. Cheers, man.
No worries. Ta-da.
Bye. What time does Paul Ross start, man?
Not now.
Good evening, Dave.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Kath.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, hi. Just
it's Dave. It's Dave.
Yes, it is.
It's
yeah,
Dave.
it's me again.
Dave.
You're not arguing this time, which is a nice thing.
No.
I just want to say I'm 20 years out of the clinic I ended up in this month, in fact. And you sometimes feel you haven't gone anywhere in 20 years, but I've come quite a long way, and I know I've been in a similar place as you recently, and it's just, there's nothing anyone else can say, really, but, sort of, I don't know what to say, but I do want to ask, yesterday, did you clear up the Gary Shandling show lyric question?
We never... Why has he made things worse now by bringing up the Gary Shandling lyric?
Had to mention it, wouldn't he? Couldn't let it lie.
Do you know what? We've got to listen. We've got to listen to it. We've got to cheat. Gary Shandling.
Oh, no, I know it off the top of my head.
Hang on a minute. It wasn't a question. It was an offer.
It was a challenge.
Well, in that case, do it, man. Do it.
What, from the start?
Yes.
Yes.
This is a theme to Gary show. The theme to...
he's got it wrong. Second line, he's got it wrong.
No, take another one up.
Gary called me up and asked me if I'd write the theme.
No, start again, because you've got it wrong. Start again. You can do this.
Okay. This is a theme to Gary's show. The theme is to Gary's show.
Stop. This is the theme to Gary's show. The theme to Gary's show. Incorrect.
Yeah.
Incorrect. Here we go. We're gonna. Right. Hang on a minute.
Turn that flipping thing off.
That's do duck meditation. Here we go. Right. So we're gonna have the first. Hang on.
But I really can't stay. I'm actually off to
No, that's the closing theme, and it's different. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're gonna have the first bit, and then you.
This is the theme to Gary show.
Do you know what? I apologise, Dave. You're right.
Ian Lee.
Dave, I step back, I shut up, you give us the theme, brother. I thought it was this is the theme to Gary's show. The opening theme is not. The word opening is not mentioned.
Yeah,
Dave, I apologise. Away you go. Please, start again.
This is the theme to Gary's show. The theme to Gary's show. Gary called me up and asked if I would write his theme song. I'm always halfway finished. How do you like it so far? How do you like the theme to Gary's show? And the second bit, which we couldn't get last night, which was, this is the theme to Gary's show, the opening theme to Gary's show. This is the music that you hear when you watch the credits. We're almost to the part where I start to whistle. Then we'll watch the Gary Shandling song. And I think...
This is the theme to Gary show, the theme to Gary show. Gary called me up and asked if I would write his theme song. I'm almost halfway finished. How do you like it so far? How do you like the theme to Gary show? This is the theme to Gary show.
The opening theme to Gary show.
This is the music that you hear as you watch the credits. We're almost to the part of where I start to whistle. Then we'll watch it's Gary Shandling show. This was the theme to Gary Shandling show.
Well, Dave, respect, and I'm going to say envy. Respect and envy.
In the 90s watching that thing, I think.
That was some show. It doesn't quite stand up as well, because I got the box set. It doesn't quite stand up as well as it should. It's brilliant, it's funny, it's innovative, but it's a little... There's some bits that drag a little bit, unlike Larry Sanders, where there's no drag.
Well, yeah, it's quite funny, the DVD commentary on the first show, I think, on the box set, where it's just Gary Shandling going, what is this? This is rubbish. This is nothing like the show we made it into. It just doesn't work.
Poor old Gary Shandling.
Yeah.
Poor old Gary Shandling.
But, I mean, that documentary, I think I mentioned last night, I didn't know half the stuff about him, the way he started and everything like that.
And also he would help, like, loads of comics, and he would, like, punch up scripts on films and stuff and make them funnier and things like that without taking any credit or anything.
Yeah, no, he's a wonderful man, and, it's a great shame.
Great guy. All right, Dave, I'm gonna cut you off.
Good.
Let's go to Graham. Good evening, Graham.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Graham.
I've just got a gift for you if you want it.
It's not a bunch of fives, is it?
Oh, God.
No. Your XTC thing, if you can get hold of the live recordings, if you've fried your label's budget on everything else, I've got a studio in East London.
Sorry?
You can come and mix and master it there for free.
What the heck? Okay. But, I don't have the technical skill to mix and master. There's part of me thinking, I think I could do that. But actually I don't, because it's really, really skilled.
Well, I didn't know if you had someone who did the recordings, the multi-tracks, who would want to come in and do the engineering. If you don't have anyone, we've got engineers and masterers who can do the work for you.
Are you talking to me, and this is not a criticism, this is great, while doing like a little sort of little stretch there? You're doing a bit of a little stretch like that. I like that, because that's kind of blokey, it's earthy. Have you? Let me have a little think, Graham. That's very kind. Thank you, man. What kind of stuff do you do in your studio?
All kinds, because we have various engineers that come in, so some do more punk stuff, some do West End musical stuff. It's a real mix.
Oh, wow. All right. I envy people who've got a proper studio. I'd like to have a studio. I like to think I have a studio. I don't. I have a computer. And that feels like a studio to me. Hey, Graham, you're a good man. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
That's all right.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yawning Graham, I love
like that. Let's have a break, and then we've got Alex and Simon and Pablo.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Okie dokie. Let's go to Alex. Good evening, Alex. Hello, Alex.
At least if I'm waiting in line.
I'm waiting for you. Which name are you using? Are you using Alex or Lee tonight? Which name? Is that what's confusing you?
Yeah, that confused me a lot, actually.
Because you've given the name Alex.
I actually said anonymous.
No, you didn't, because he would have typed it on the screen if you had. Anyway, okay, well,
I didn't type anything. I
Jesus, man, what do you want? What do you want?
All right, listen.
Not tonight. Let's try Simon. Hello, Simon.
Good evening.
Good evening, Simon. What have you got for us tonight?
Well, I'm just ringing because I've not been in a very good place of late, and I just sort of heard you on the... having a moment.
Having a little moment.
I just wanted to say that you and Kath, you bring me a whole lot of happiness and joy, and my life wouldn't be the same if I didn't have you guys of an evening. So, thank you, and you are loved, and you are, and we've had our ups and downs and moments, but what I respect about you more than anything is that everybody gets treated the same. It's a level playing field, and you just keep it so interesting and so real.
Keeping it real on the streets of San Francisco in the United States of America in the 1980s.
And I think also that I would not be alone in saying that to you. I think that you are, you do provide a lot of comfort and support for...
Yeah, sometimes. And sometimes I provide a lot of discomfort for people.
But we all do. Yeah, but we all do, though. We all do. But the thing is, as well, I wanted to tell you as well, it's probably going to make it worse. I made a very special purchase today.
Go on, what did you purchase?
2 tickets to the rabbit hole.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I'm coming to see ya.
Which one are you coming to?
Luton.
Hey, nice one, man. They're wicked. Thank you very much.
That's a good one.
Because I was born and raised in Luton. I've told you before. I was born and raised in Luton. I live in New Forest now. But I had a sort of thought today, and I thought it would be really good to catch up with my old school friend, who I hardly ever see.
Here we go.
He is aware of you, but he's never listened or anything.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, why not come up, see him, come and see you guys.
Hey, nice one.
And see if you really do look that good in the flesh.
Here we go.
And
This is the thing. Here's the thing, right? Listen, we really appreciate anyone that comes to our shows. We really appreciate it. So thank you very much. I look forward to shaking your hand.
Yes,
but don't tell. Don't tell me who you are. I'm going to spot you.
Okay.
I'm going to spot you. I'm going to sniff you out.
Okay.
And I'm going to spot you, and I'm going to find you.
And you're going to destroy me?
No, I'm not going to destroy you. I'll come and shake your hand. I'll give you a hug if a hug is appropriate. I don't know if it is, but I'll certainly shake your hand. But I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna recognise Simon using my gift.
Right. Yeah.
Let's
see if you can then.
Yeah, I'm doing it. It's happening. It is happening.
And the thing is, as well, is like obviously, we're not, as you say, we're not friends, but we have shared, and I've shared some quite intimate stuff with you. And although there's, what I'm trying to say, it'd just be nice to actually shake your hand and yours, Kath, and show some appreciation to you. That's all.
Well, we appreciate you, Simon. Thanks for buying a ticket,
Thanks,
man. We'll see you the end of March.
See you on the 24th.
See you then, man. Thank you very much indeed. If you want to come to the shows, guys, iainlee.com/event. If you want to, there's only I think like 25 tickets left for Manchester.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's happening. Good evening, Pablo.
Hey, Pip, how do?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't quite compete with Graham, the lethargic studio owner, but I do have a gift of thought for you, a possible new obsession.
There we go. Yeah. Is it Spalding Gray? He's my new obsession at the moment.
No, it's a bit more of a base level.
Everyone, your homework is to Google Spalding Gray, because I think I'm about to fall in love with the guy. I think I'm about to be transfixed by this guy's insane work. But go on, Pablo.
Wait, are you familiar with Dr. Pimple Popper?
Of course I am, man.
Are we familiar?
What are you talking about? We're on season 2.
Yeah, well, no, I was just going to say season 2's just started off.
It's not just started. I'm on episode 3 or 4 of season 2 of Dr. Pimple Popper.
What?
Yeah, what are you talking about? We're
ahead of the curve, man.
Ahead of the curve here in terms of Dr. Pimple Popper.
I can never keep up with you hip kids.
You can't, man. We set the trends, and we love it. And I've got someone, Dave. It's a Dave, I think. Yes, Dave, who reminds me that it's on. Let's just say he reminds me.
Mm-hmm.
He sends me little email reminders, and
we've become very good at spotting lipomas.
Yeah, lipomas are disappointing.
Well, I must say, I get. I work with quite a lot of people in the community, and I do come across with a lot of people who do have lesions and such things, and that kind of what do you call it, mushroom nose type of things, and to fight the urge to sometimes just reach across.
Oh God, I love her job. I want her job.
Oh no!
When it comes out, big bowl of cottage cheese comes out of a zit, the spot, and then these aren't even spots. He's like the size of a baby on someone's back.
And you've got to appreciate as well, she's got the expertise to know, well, I'll leave that for a little bit more.
Yeah.
She'll go in for a bit and they go, well, I'll leave that. You know, anybody else, they'll be going there till it's all spurt and red, and it's too much.
She respects the pimples.
And she very rarely mentions the smell, and it must stink.
Have you noticed the pens that she has in the reception area?
We're obsessed with them.
No, I don't think so, no.
Watch it when they come in, and sometimes you see them sign in reception. Look at the pens; they're incredible.
Oh, I shall keep an eye out for that.
Thank you, Pablo. There you go. You see, was there anything else?
Oh yeah. Well, obviously I won't mention any specifics, of course, for hanging up reasons. But yeah, I've had some guests on my radio show recently.
Here you go. Here's the thing: you come on, and we always cut you off before you plug it. Plug your radio show, man. Tell us what it is, and where people can find it.
Well, it's Pablo's Vault of Horror, which is every Tuesday from 10 o'clock till midnight.
Yeah.
And kind of focus on horror, news, reviews, interviews, and music of the genre.
Does everything rhyme with ooze?
Well, I try a little bit of... I'm trying my flow. I'm working on my flow.
And how's it going? You enjoying it?
Yeah, it's really canny. It's going pretty good. And as I had my first guest I had on was I had a wrestler on. I interviewed him, and then I had a studio full on Tuesday. I had like four people in. But it's grand. But it's novaradio.co.uk.
All right, I downloaded the WFMU app. So I was trying to find the Nazario scenario, but it's not on there. But I found a program which I've not listened to, but the description. Listen to this, right? Ken's last ever radio extravaganza. It's a weekly show. A live, improvised sound collage experiment going back 25 years, weaving mesmerising new soundscapes from found and collected materials right in the present moment. Pop music, speeches, live phone calls. Does this sound familiar? And spontaneous monologues become ambient, loopy, layered threads riding the liminal spaces between waking and dreaming.
What's that called?
It's called Ken's Last Ever Radio Extravaganza, and it's on WFMU.
I've never heard liminal on its own. Subliminal, yes, liminal.
It's liminal.
Does that mean like in the forefront of our mind? What does liminal mean?
Yeah, liminal's got... Because sub has got to be underneath, so liminal is there. But anyway, the description, I sent it to our mate Dan. I said, "Oh, Dan, I've not had a chance to listen to this, but you might like this." Dan Rayner.
Sounds very similar, yeah.
And he replied like 10 minutes later, going, "This is insanely good." So I'm going to check. That's my tip. All right, Pablo, nice one, mate.
I want to ride my liminal spaces.
Let's very quickly go to Andy. Paul Ross has joined us. Good evening, Andy.
Oh, you gorgeous creatures. How are you both?
Oh, you know. I'm looking forward to going to bed and then probably getting up at 7 o'clock because my kid's going to be off school tomorrow because he's sick. I'm sick. What a day it's going to be. What a day.
I'm very, very sorry to hear that. But yeah, no, I haven't called for a while, and I just thought
you called right at the end, just as it's Paul Ross's time.
I know, but it's not. It's because I haven't really got much to say, and because I'm too nervous to call Paul because I'm a big fan of his. But
I don't take calls.
Yeah, but so there you go. You'd only be rejected. You'd feel the sting of his rejection.
But that's the dream, to be honest with you, to be rejected by Paul Ross.
Well, it can happen now.
Give us a call. Go on, give us a call, matey.
No, Paul, reject him now. Go on.
Andy, you've not made the cut. Goodbye.
There we go. It's happened. You see, it's as simple as that.
Just made his day.
Made his day. And he's a dirty pervert.
Oh, gosh,
He's a
much.
dirty pervert.
Well, talking of which, Germans love a sausage. The German Food Agency recognises 1,750 different types of sausage.
Yes.
They have Rohwurst, which is raw meat, but it's cured inside a sausage. They have Brewwurst, which is a mixture of raw and cooked meat in a sausage. And they have Cockwurst, which is cooked meat. OK?
Oh, thank God for that.
Cockwurst, K, of course. We are speaking to the man who's just opened in Bavaria, Germany, and the world's first sausage hotel.
Oh.
That is all I need to say to you. A sausage extravaganza on the show.
You brought up bad memories. Cockwurst was my nickname at school, and it's just...
Things will go from brat to Wurst on the show.
Sausage hotel.
Sausage hotel.
Don't forget, open with your verse joke.
Oh, very good. The
Quick.
bolsters are like hot dog sausages. The wallpaper is sausages. Guess what they have on the menu? Nothing but sausages.
Flipping it, man, wouldn't you?
What, I just hope... I mean, I'm sure because Germans are very good at English. I come to fix a boiler. I hope his English is pretty good.
Yes.
We had a guy on last night.
I hope it isn't, because I'd love to listen. Go on, who did you have last
It
night?
was very good, though, but he was a willing Lithuanian, and he's a guide at the KGB Museum in Manhattan.
Okay.
Which I was beside myself about. They've got all kinds of listening, but his English was... he made Mike Graham sound articulate. His English was terrible. Really terrible.
What
but
else?
He was well-meaning guy.
Apart from sausages...
we're off to outer space, of course. We're talking TV with Mike Ward and the usual tosh.
There we go. Perfect.
Brilliant.
Sounds great.
Well, something for you I don't really understand. One of these 3D printer things. We're talking to two men who've developed a new one. They can beam off or replicate mini versions of Rodin's The Thinker.
Wow.
You know, I mean, how complex is that?
I never forget, and I didn't do this. Asda were doing they had 3D printers for a while, and you could go in and get a little 3D model of you, and I thought that was
Asda?
great. Yeah, Asda. They had one 3D printer that was.
They're going to be
touring
washing
the
money for
country.
the mafia or something, haven't they? Well, they've got 3D printers.
I
in Asda
seriously contemplated buying a Beyonce angel for the top of my Christmas tree that was made of 3D printing.
Wow.
Beyonce.
But you can buy 3D printers now.
I knew you two would love that subject, you see.
I love it, but you can buy them for about £400-500 now. They're not out of this world. A 3D. I don't know what material they use.
My technology with Asda ran out when you could take photographs of yourself and your children, they put it on birthday cakes for you.
Yeah.
That was the limit for me. I think they stopped doing that because of copyright issues.
What?
Sorry?
I think so. They said, we can't guarantee that the photograph you're being in is your own copyright.
I'm going to eat it. Who
You
cares?
can buy a 3D printer.
Thank you, Paul Ross. Always worth a listen at 1 o'clock. That's it. We're done.
Just at 1 o'clock, not till 5.
No, yes,
just the first 5 minutes. I picked too early.
That's it. Oh, and then we're done, I think, aren't we now? Are we done? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. That's your lot. Don't forget there are podcasts aplenty. Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you, Catherine. I'm probably not going to come in tonight. I'm going to sleep. So you'll be in tonight at 10 o'clock. I look forward to hearing.
Please phone me up.
No,
Otherwise, I'll just do it all ASMR.
I'm not going to.
Not
Oh,
you.
you're doing
them.
the listener.
Can we not 3D print a version of him?
Oh, God, really?
Like that.
Just for the webcam.
Paul's coming up next. This is Talk Radio.